What is up, everybody? We are back for another Thursday night happy hour. Crack some beers, have some laughs, have some fun. Our pal Mal is actually not here. I'll let you know what's going on with her tonight. And don't worry, we'll try to continue. I know we're at a loss because everybody loves to go see Mal, and me and Todd just fall to the background. Becomes Mal in the pips, so to speak. But we will get through it. So welcome everyone to
we'll do what we can
the happy hour. We'll do what we can do. We always sit back and enjoy some beers here. So November 2nd, can you believe we're already into November? 4 weeks away from Thanksgiving at this point.
Where's the year gone?
It seems like the year started slow, and then it just like picked up speed.
There's like, oh, we're going downhill. Hold on, here we go. It's like, all right, year's over. Let's go.
And I think some of you are feeling out where you're at, because I feel like some of you, depending where you're at in the country right now, you went from you went from summer to a day of fall and then right to winter.
Yeah. I don't even think there was a fall. I think it just went from summer to winter, like 90 degrees to 4 foot of snow.
Today I saw the coldest place in the country was actually in West Virginia. It was 2 degrees. Which is kind of funny because I thought it'd be more north, because I know Minnesota's been having some cold, the Dakotas, they got snow out west, but no, West Virginia, 2 degrees, which is the coldest place anywhere in the country.
Yeah, forget that.
So, yeah, so they had the wood fire stoves going there. So
I know. Like, I think it was it the Broncos game last week? They had to push all the snow off, and they said they put like 12 miles of piping underneath the ground that warms up the grass to melt the ice or the snow when it comes down.
Yeah.
I was like, good Lord, how much you think that cost?
Yeah. Well, yeah. To run all that stuff for sure. And we got Shane in the house from Shane's Craft Beer Review. Cheers, Shane.
Cheers, Rod. Cheers, Todd. What's going on, guys?
Good. Doing all right. So we may get a surprise Mal visit at some point during the course of the night. We will have to actually see, because she was fortunate enough at work where she manages Ravinia Brewing that they gave her a ticket to the Brewers dinner tonight at Goose Island. So I can't really complain about her actually going there, right? I'm like, go. She's like, well, I'm trying to jump on. I'm like, don't have to worry about it. Go. Have fun. It's like her. Todd feels good. He's not going, you don't got to feel guilty. It's just me here live stream. Like, you can go out and have some fun. Go have some fun. So she says she might try to pop in from when they're there. But yeah, she sent me the thing there. So they're getting a dinner hosted by Goose Island. And then they're going to be able to sample some of the different brews. CH Distillery is going to be hosting an invite-only private party for FOBAB, which takes place this week. So we'll talk about that here a little bit in the beer news segment, which will be the barrel-aged beer thing happening in Chicago. So I'm like, that's just a lot of good stuff happening. And because you have Malort, Shane, they got a barrel-aged beer with Malort that they're going to be tasting there too. So
I don't think that'll even help cover that taste. That is awful. As I've said a couple times on your channel, like on my channel, it's awful.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the take on that. But I heard breweries were experimenting with that. I don't know why they torment people by giving them a lure when they come to Chicago, called the Chicago handshake. It's more like a Chicago kick in the ass, if you ask me. But
I had one of those in Chicago, the Chicago handshake.
So what did you think of it? I forgot, because they probably did it to you when you came out there. Yeah.
Well, no. So when we were James and Liz, me and Shannon was like, he ordered one. It's like, okay, I want to see what this is all about. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. Like I was expecting a lot worse than what it was.
Why you gotta lie like that?
Yeah.
It's terrible. Why you gotta lie like that, Todd?
But also,
it wasn't like enamel.
I was Jaeger in my younger days, so you know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
We still you're like, oh, Jaeger, yeah. But you know, I used to do a lot of Jaeger, so that wasn't terrible. So for me, I mean, I wouldn't order it on my own, but it wasn't terrible either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was drinkable.
Which reminds me, we have to get back to the Britter tasting, because you haven't done a Jaeger through there yet.
Oh, I know. I mean,
I'm gonna have to get a Brita filter so I can get on that at some point.
I might have to do that. I might have to do that next, but I don't have no Jaeger, so I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Just to see.
So Shane, I don't know if you saw when we were doing the Brita tasting,
I
But
didn't. I missed
apparently,
that.
Todd was able to run stuff through because we were testing it from a video that we were watching.
Okay.
You can take alcohol and put it in the Brita filter,
Okay.
and it takes the alcohol taste out of it, like the nastiest stuff, and
Really?
makes it like you can go through it. Now, we haven't done the Mad Dog test with Shannon yet, and we'd love to have her do that part.
Yes, that
But
would be the telltale of all for sure.
yeah, but it was, I forgot the guy's name that does the videos, but I shared it with Shannon and Todd. We were doing one of the shows, and Shannon right there ordered right from Amazon while we were doing the show. And Todd ran stuff through. He had like different liquors, and you put it in there. And the one that we did was the
I did a spearmint, like a spearmint schnapps or something. And
Yeah.
It was like 70% ABV, I think it was. But take it separate on its own is like, ooh, I don't know about this. Run through there, I was like, I could drink a bunch of this shit. Like, it was really good.
Really?
yeah.
Like, you still got the pepper in it or whatever, but it was like it just mellowed it out. I was like, oh, it's so good. I was like, okay, I could do this.
Well, obviously, you guys see the assortment behind me. Guess who's going to go out and order a Brita filter after the show?
There you go. Let me give you my Amazon store link before you do that.
But you got an Amazon store link?
Actually, I do, but I was making a joke there. But yeah,
Oh,
I do.
I was gonna say, 'cause I'd use your link for sure. If you
Yeah.
did.
Well, actually, I think I don't know if it's still in my description in the field down there. I have to look, but I usually put it out there and people can order stuff through there. But that would be interesting to do Malort.
But
get
it
Malort
definitely-
into the Brita filter to see if it does
okay,
change
yeah.
it up.
As much as I hate it, I would try it just to try and get something better tasting out of that liqueur, man. That is awful.
But I'm saying, like, it definitely, like, melds it out. Like, it doesn't necessarily, like, some of the TikToks I've seen before is like, oh, it tastes like water. I'm like, it doesn't taste like water, but it definitely, like, kills the, the astringency of it, like the burning effect or whatever.
Right.
And like I said, in that peppermint schnapps or whatever, it was like, it totally, I was like, oh, this is drinkable now. I could do that straight, like, all day long. It was actually pretty good after that.
Well, half these guys that do these TikTok things, and they said, like you said, oh, it tastes like water now. They're just doing that to entice other people to try it, and so that they go, oh, it tastes like garbage. What are you talking about?
Right.
That's all, just for views, right?
Like,
Well, that was the
hate-
thing with the guy that did it. He does a lot like food type stuff, and he's like surprised, like they put stuff together. He's like, there's no way that can work, and he does it. He's like talks about how good it actually tastes, but he did it with the alcohol. And you just see his face when he like did the Jaeger, and it was just like, no, this can't work. And it's like he was just so surprised by it. It was kind of like he's got a pretty good reputation going. I said, well, let's go ahead and see.
I think didn't I start out with like an IPA or something and put in there?
You did IPA just to do,
and it did kind of kill like you still get a little bit of hop, but it was like totally mellow. Like if nobody liked IPAs or whatever, like they would probably totally drink that.
And I was just thinking, you know what I'm going to try it with is a damn sour.
Oh, there you go.
Because I'm not a big sour fan, and I'm gonna grab like a really sour beer that I know is a sour beer that I've had before, and run it through the Brita.
So the one she bought off Amazon was like $19. It's just a little like pitcher or whatever.
Yeah, sure, and that's all I was thinking about getting.
Yeah, which is enough because I just poured just a shot full in there or whatever, and it was good to go.
I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna turn that into a Wild Wednesday.
There you go.
I'll do like 3 or 4 different, like do a beer or two, a couple of cures.
Oh yeah,
and
then also I was kind of curious. I was like, is that going to taste it? Take the effect of the alcohol you put in it for like the water or whatever? Nothing. Like it doesn't affect it at all.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try that. That is actually a really awesome idea. I really like it.
Yeah, no, it was really surprising when we did it. It actually pretty much worked. It was weird.
Which right, Rod. We have to do that again next week. Have to put that on the menu.
Well, I guess I'd have to get a couple extra filters too, because you wouldn't want to do like you said, the peppermint schnapps, and then right after it pour in like a beer.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like I ran it through water, and then it didn't. You couldn't taste nothing after that. Like it was same filter and all.
Yeah, you just kind of like rinsed it out or whatever. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I just washed it through the just between drinks, whatever. I just washed it out in the sink, and it was fine. Like it was perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try that. Yeah, because that sounds just like fun. I mean, even if it doesn't work, it's a really cool experiment to do.
It's so weird. Yeah, I mean, it was weird. Like I was totally expecting the opposite, but I was like, no, this ain't that good. But no, it really is like, okay, these Brita people know what they're doing. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's actually a link I just put in the chat there.
Oh, okay.
Shane. But you can go to Amazon through there or anything like that. I mean, it doesn't like a little affiliate type thing, but anywhere you go,
right?
on
Yeah,
Amazon,
well, for
once you
sure.
click in, yeah. But yeah,
Well,
they got
definitely.
that this weekend.
Like I said, I'd rather go under somebody's link I know.
Yeah,
rather than
I appreciate that.
Just,
actually, on that link for
sure,
people that are watching that store, I actually have like beer ideas and stuff. So, like, there's beer glassware ideas, there's some beer education with beer books and stuff like that there too, and there's some other stuff I'm building out. So the site's a work in progress. But if you're looking for beer type stuff, check out some of the things there. Tater's in the house. Cheers, Tater. Great to see you, my friend.
I'm Tater.
I'm actually enjoying saying Tater. I feel like we're
I know.
definitely getting to that Tater level. I'm loving it. I'm loving the mullet in the picture too, by the way. That's awesome. Bart's in the house. Cheers, Bart.
What's up, Bart?
Up from NJ, my friend. Hopefully I'll get a chance. I'll probably be back up that way around the Christmas holidays. So depending on what happened, I know Alex and I want to try to get together. So we may try to do something there in South Jersey because Bart's not too far away as well. JT's in the house. Cheers. $2.
Hey, JT.
Tonight.
Cheers, buddy.
Well, we're going to be doing Imperial Stouts here. I don't think you're getting Imperial Stouts in $2 for a pitcher. Although, if you are,
let us know.
That. Yeah. Cheers to that. So tonight is we don't usually do the theme shows as much anymore, but since we did the pumpkin one and we were talking about doing pumpkin or Imperial Stout, we figured we'll do one on each. So tonight we're going to be doing Imperial Stouts and kind of talking about some of that stuff. So hopefully you guys have some of those things there. And of course, if you are drinking certain beers, make sure you let us know in the chat what you're drinking. But I myself am going to do a vertical that will take place on the beers that I'm going to choose my Imperial Stout. And to give you a little clue of what that'll be, any takers?
It's not Vanessa's favorite drink, is it?
Maybe.
If anybody watches, they know what that is.
Maybe. So I'm going to be drinking a few of those, and I'm going to try to go in order. So I'm going to do a vertical from this year on earlier this year, the 1, 2, and the 3 that came out from the different variants. So I've been saving it for a special time. I don't know what the special time was going to be, but you know what? We talked earlier. It's got to start getting into these beers. So now's better than never, right? So you never know.
It's like now's better than ever.
Yeah. I mean, things happen. So
I pulled some oldies out of the basement too. It's like we said last week. It's like you never know what tomorrow might bring. Like you never how was that beer? I don't know. I'm dead, so who knows?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's like
I think it's good, but I'm not really sure.
not like making any moment about it like that, everything. But hell, Matthew Perry was my age, and I could go into a hot tub and not get out. So
exactly.
Right. I got to start thinking ahead and start drinking these things, And then Shane, whatever stouts you got, Imperial Stouts there, feel free.
I actually don't have an Imperial Stout. I did have this one. I don't know if you guys
leave it to the Canadian.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Of course.
No.
Yeah, whatever. But I did do this beautiful black light all night stout earlier. I love this can with the moon and the big moth on it.
Cool. Yeah, that is a cool can.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can tell, but some of the pieces of the edge of the moon here, they've actually removed the decal, so the silver is actually just the shining of the can behind it.
Oh, cool.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of a neat little thing. Yeah, that was a decent beer for sure. That's on my channel if you want to go watch my review.
What was the ABV?
Shameless plug.
Of course. This was a 4.5%. It was actually pretty light.
Okay.
With German Magnum Centennial and Nugget hops and California Ale. Oh, it's even got a huge malt list too. It said Pilsner, dark chocolate, roasted barley, Cariform, crystal, flaked wheat, and flaked oats. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big grain bill.
Yeah, really.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Yeah.
It was good. It was really good.
So in Canada, for a lot of the Canadian beers, do they put a lot of details on their stuff? Like, do you find there's a scatter, like some will have a lot of details, some don't, or is it more common to have a lot of?
No, it's split up pretty good. Some of them don't have anything outside of, hey, it's 4.5% and 475 mil. And that's it. And then other ones will have like, especially Flying Monkeys. You guys are familiar with Flying Monkeys.
Oh yeah, they have
like a story, right? Like every beer has a story on the back of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was gonna be the next question. Is like, does every beer have the ABV printed on it in Canada, or no?
Has what? Sorry.
Does every beer have like the ABV on the can or the
yes,
bottle?
Every single one of them.
See, that's our complaint here. Is like, at least tell us what we're drinking. Like, are we gonna get shit faced or just okay? Are we,
like even our stuff we have even the imported stuff has the ABV on it.
See, I think everything should be that way. Like, I feel like
for sure, absolutely.
On it, like,
yeah, here it doesn't work out that way.
No, I mean 90. I don't know. What would you say, Rod? 90%, 85% of them probably do, but there's some that you get that don't have it, and you're like, what am I drinking here?
Yeah, you have two, and you're friggin' on the floor, right?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, so like here's a Flying Monkeys can here. It's gonna be kind of hard to see, but it's got all this writing here. Sorry, the glare is probably really bad. And if that's not enough writing for you, there's a whole bunch more over here. Like it's there we go. Thanks. Yeah, they're famous for just having so much, and like this is just basically a story of the beer.
Yeah, I meant to switch.
Like whether it be
there you go.
like how they make it. Yeah, but it's kind of cool. Yeah. I enjoy some of the stories that they have on them. They can be fairly entertaining. Flying Monkeys can with the way they write
almost
stuff.
getting like a book at the library when you get it.
You're right. There you go.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's why you'll see guys like me and Drew when we get like these Flying Monkey beers, and we're like, hey, if you want to read this, just pause it, because it's just a huge story kind of thing. We don't want to read the whole thing on a video, right?
It's about time. Cheers. We've been sitting around, Paul, just sitting around waiting.
Oh, there's Paul.
Paul's now on day shift. So Paul, I don't know if you want to try to come on for a bit or not. Let me know. Send me a Facebook thing if you want to try to come on. I don't know what time your shift starts in the morning. So drinking New Trail Replenished West Coast IPA. It is International Stout Day too, by the way, folks. Just saying.
Hey, I got the can that I did earlier.
Jay was early. He did it today earlier. JT said he's no stouts tonight. I'm like, it is International Stout Day. It is a holiday.
Yeah, we should be off today. We should have been off today.
We should have been. But I figured we should be off any day. It's a beer holiday, but I wouldn't be working too much. That's for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as we get paid for it, that's all that matters.
True. Yeah, we had a guy one time. He, I didn't even know about it because everybody kind of works remote or kind of in their own little thing, what they're actually doing. Well, apparently, he was one of our guys that are out west, and he was supposed to be working and doing stuff because we all work like on the phones and sales and all that kind of stuff. He was just basically not even in the office. He was golfing. He was going out golfing on days. Like his numbers were always down. Like apparently he got called just like taking off golfing on the company time, not getting it done. So
sounds like a double D problem right there. I'm out golfing. I can't help you right now. I can't help you. I'm out golfing.
So he was actually, taking his holidays and getting paid. So yeah, he was getting paid. It caught up with him, but yeah. So
always does.
People always look for that extra bit of an opportunity if they can.
For sure.
Let me see here. Just looking at something for Paul. I say Paul. Sometimes I feel like I'm saying Paul, like Mom Pa Kettle from back in the day.
Hey, Paul.
Well, I mean, if you look at his name, it says Paw Brew News.
Right? It does say Paul. Yeah, that's true.
Paul.
Yeah, it does. True. It does. Yeah, yeah.
If you wanted to say PA, it would have P point A point, right?
There you go.
I'm just trying to make the facts work in my favor, Paul. That's all.
Right. It's
like a politician, you change the story to make it figure.
Yeah.
Anytime you're trying to understand Paul, good luck. Good luck.
Figure that out.
And so, let's see here. Actually, there is a good amount of beer news, so we could jump into beer news, as a matter of fact, and check out some stuff there. But before we get into, it's news, but it's not just beer news. It's breaking news. Like that. Right.
This just in.
Channel right now. Let's just rise it all up for this channel. So this just happened. Oscar Blues suddenly closes Austin tap room, laying off employees with no further details as of yet.
Oh, wow.
Kind of interesting. Out of the blue. It just happened in the last couple of hours. So people are curious what is going on with Oscar Blues. So if you start to see maybe as much Oscar Blues out there, I don't know if something's happening. They're starting to close up some spots because maybe they stress themselves out too far. But be on the lookout.
So you know what's next in line? AB InBev or Miller Coors or somebody's going to swoop them up.
So they're going to swoop them up. they may have overexerted themselves, so we'll see. But it's kind of interesting. It just like happened, and people were going into work today to work at Oscar Blues, and it's like, nope, you're done. We're
sorry.
You're
Keep moving.
When do I come back? You don't. Like, unless a miracle happens, so or something. I don't know. I don't know what the whole deal is with them. If it was like something of they're starting to cut spots or what. So I will say, I last month and a half, twice I've had like that Oscar Blues beer that I had, and I saw one or some shelf. But I've seen some of the Dales, but I haven't seen a lot of their other stuff on shelves as much as I used to. So
honestly,
maybe taking a hit.
Yeah, now you say that, I haven't either, really.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they may.
I haven't seen any Oscar Blue stuff on the shelf either. They don't sell it up here.
You're not good enough.
What's up, Paul?
Welcome, Paul. What'd you say?
So you're not good enough, damn it, Sean.
Paul's he's on a delay there.
It's all good.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Keep an eye on them, see if they might be taking a little bit of a hit, because there are some breweries around the country that are starting to shut down doors again that I'm seeing. So
They shut down. Did they shut down the way?
Ones. Yeah.
Did they shut down the way?
Be one of the bigger ones. Should they shut them away?
All the way.
He said, "Did they?" I don't know what's going on with them right now. It's just Austin that's shut down their tap house.
Okay.
So I don't know if Brever's taking a hit or some of the other spots, but it's never a good sign when the workers come to work and they're like, "Nope, you're laid off."
No doubt.
Yeah.
They should have did what they did to me. They just said like, "Oh, it's just 2 weeks. Don't worry about
it." Oh. Yeah, so the beer world can definitely be crazy from time to time, as we know.
Well, when they laid me off like that, they just said it's 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. I left all my tools at work and everything. I left everything at work. So I called back. I said, "It's been a month. Like, when can I come back?" And like, "Oh, you were just let go." I'm like, "What?" Like,
thanks for the
tools and stuff. Yeah, it was an easy way for them to just say, "Don't worry about it." And don't even deal with the problem at the time because it'll be a phone call later. So that was interesting.
So literally, Paul was Craig from Friday. He got fired on his day off.
Damn right.
Day off.
Motherfucker.
So, Paul, did you get your tools back?
Yeah. Did you get
Yes, I did.
back?
I actually got rehired with that same company as a maintenance man, from a machinist to a maintenance man, and I spent another 9 years with that company as a maintenance man.
Sweet. Oh. There you go.
Yeah. And then I told them, "Go fuck yourself," and I left.
Did you take some of their tools? Because that's what I would have done. I would have taken some of their tools when I left.
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, yes.
Fair enough.
Not really. But...
No.
We don't condone it.
Shout out to Foamy Head. Foamy Head just finished a cookies and cream ice cream stout from 903 Brewing. Cheers, Foamy. That sounds pretty good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Oscar Blues is part of Canarchy, so if there's any details that come out, usually I get some press releases from some of these that I'll get out on the blog and stuff, so I'll be interested to see what the effect may be in that situation. Rod Burgundy reporting. Stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah.
Rod Burgundy would never use that word. So, first beer of the night that I'm going to crack into. Well, Todd, what do you got? What did you crack open? Because I didn't.
I haven't yet. I've been waiting. My throat kind of got a little dry, so I wasn't sure what was going on.
I was just saying, like, I've been waiting, and Todd didn't even open a beer yet. Come on.
So I do have the Expedition Stout.
Oh, that's a nice call.
Ah.
So this one is from what it say? September 3rd,
Bell.
2020.
September.
Yeah.
What is it?
September 3rd,
2020. Nice,
beer.
nice. Lee. That's good. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. You know what? Where I live here in PA, that's the beer you don't find. You don't find that beer here.
I don't
Expedition?
Honestly, don't know that I've seen it in a long, probably since I bought this bottle. Honestly,
Wow.
extra special Russian Imperial Stout. 11.5%.
Ooh, fancy.
The
I like that label. That's a cool looking label.
I think it says, let's see. 35th anniversary Expedition Stout Reserve. So I guess it's like a special Expedition Stout, I guess. So
You know what?
I've been having it to drink for a while, and when Rod said, "Hey, let's do stouts next week," being tonight, I was like, "Okay, let's do it."
I just finished my last bottle. I'm sorry, Rod.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I just finished my last bottle of their 30th year anniversary one. I think I just finished it in like maybe March. I bought a whole case of it, of their 30th anniversary Imperial Stout. So I was sipping on that for a few years. And then I just finished one.
Oh, nice.
The Expedition.
Yeah. No, actually, they had their own 30th anniversary beer.
Oh, okay.
It was a stout. Yeah. Because
that's a lie.
I'm sorry. I know it's stout. I don't want to offend anybody out there. Well, I do actually, but I'm just saying it is stout, National Stout Day. So I got a stout for you guys. I pulled out a stout from my heart to your heart, and my alcoholism to your alcoholism. Chorus the Quasher from Hoppin' Frog.
Ooh, Hoppin' Frog, nice call.
Nice.
Look how big this can is. It's huge. Like I can hide it in my hand.
Well, they don't know you're Andre the Giant's son.
It makes you feel, yo, you big man.
It's like Andre the Giant-esque right there.
Oh. Come on down, pretty lady. But this is a very tiny little can with a little tiny beer inside. Chorus the Quasher is a quadruple Imperial Stout coming in at an extremely sessionable 15.7 alcohol by volume.
And what's it?
And I bought it for seven of the American dollars.
Ooh, $7.
Honestly,
what is the can?
I hate
Like
to
an
say
8-ounce
it.
can or 10-ounce can? Or something?
It's 8.45, so it's less than $1 an ounce for one of the best goddamn beers I've ever had. I cannot say this is not a bad buy. It really isn't.
Yeah.
And Paul,
I bought like
Paul,
12 of them.
If you had to guess, what temperature you're drinking that at, like 300 degrees or?
It's actually, my house is a little cold, so I'm gonna pop it in my butthole for a while and get it warmed up. So I need at least 96.8 degrees at least. So
Fair enough.
I'll tell you what, that was a struggle, but it popped in there.
I mean, it's all on how you angle it sometimes, right?
It's all about the angle of the dangle. Right? Absolutely.
Todd, why are you encouraging Paul?
Right?
I have these really cool fleece lined thermal camo pants on, so I just got it tucked in there for a while. We're just gonna watch you, because I mean, I don't even think you poured a beer yet. Like, what are you doing? Come on.
Come
on, Todd.
I'm waiting for you guys to figure out what you talking about.
Todd
Todd poured his.
Oh,
He just
yeah.
poured his. He just poured his.
Yeah, he's on his first one already. Don't talk to Shane anymore. He's drunk.
No, I do have a stout, but I'm not drinking it.
What?
I'm saving it for a very special occasion.
What?
Oh, Bourbon
Oh,
Kelly.
I got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Oh, you
2021.
paid too much for a bad beer.
I didn't pay for
You
this at
paid
all.
too much for a bad
I didn't pay for this at all. That's the best part.
That's the best deal
Ah,
right
sweet. That's awesome.
Is it bad, Paul? I don't know. I've never had it.
No, it's great. No, it's fine. It's a fine beer. It's
Oh, okay.
fine. It's a bit thin. It's a bit thin, okay?
there. You gotta take things. You gotta know how to read, Paul. You'll get to learn.
Yeah, I know.
Point.
It better not be goddamn thin. I hate thin stouts.
And unless
Oh, I was on a live stream with all the British guys, and I wasn't on. I was listening to this live stream. They're like, "Oh wow, Paul got on with this random Canadian guy, and because he said he poured it right down the center, Paul called him a fucking retard." It was fantastic, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I know what they're. I know who they're talking about. Oh, they're talking about Shane. I'm sorry." I'm like, oh. They're like, this is the best thing that's ever happened on YouTube. And I'm like, oh no, that was Shane, didn't it? Wasn't it? It was, wasn't it?
It's all right. I don't take anything personal,
so
man.
nice,
Never.
and I'm such a dickbag. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
it
Dick.
was freaking hilarious. No, it was hilarious. As
Okay,
long as
good.
the shit you say is funny,
Unfortunately, my mouth just goes whoa, and that's what happened.
No, it's all good.
All right. So I'm gonna actually crack open this beer, which
Uh-oh.
we all know it's going to be one of the dragons.
Oh, the dragon's milk.
Dragon's milk.
Is that the reserve?
That's the reserve right there. Dragon's milk reserve. So this is from 2022. It was the first edition, so they came out every 4 months with an edition. They've revamped it now, how they're going forward. This is the barrel-aged stout with cinnamon, toasted chilies, and vanilla extract. 11.8% ABV, so a nice pull from the cellar. I would hold this up here so you can read the back, but it's so small, you're probably like, don't want to deal with that right now. So I'm going to
got the flying monkeys. Just take a screenshot reel later.
Yeah, see,
not as
Paul,
bad as
Paul
the flying,
knows. We were talking about that earlier.
Not as bad as the flying monkeys, but bad enough, right? So.
Oh yeah, it's almost like that brew dog. You don't even need to read a brew dog thing because it's all about how great they are. I get it.
Right.
Bye.
But I'm going to crack this one open here. Like a bottle opener. There we go. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever done a review on this one either, just because.
Look how thin that looks.
Pretty much had them all
That
stored.
looks so thin.
Oh, nice aroma. The vanilla climbs right out of the glass very easily.
Oh, that.
But you come to expect
I bet you
that
could
with
even
Dragon's
smell it when you were all the way out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice
Nice.
bourbon. Yeah.
I was waiting.
You don't go wrong.
Right there for a minute. It's got a
You
nice
said
big
what?
head.
Tell you what, I
Yeah.
like it.
Bigger the head, the bigger the aroma.
No.
That's what she said.
You know, they say it's easy to breathe through a pillow, but when I do it at the nursing home, everyone complains.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll tell you what, I've liked every single dragon's milk I've ever had. I'll tell you what though, they are like KBS has a drinkability, but to me, dragon's milk has even more of a drinkability. It's a dangerous beer. Like you can get in trouble drinking dragon's milk.
Dragon's milk is for like a shelfie type beer for pretty much everybody. I think is like it's so good. Like the bang for the dollar is like so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the price though. The price here in PA, $21.99 a 4-pack. Though over there when I was in Michigan, it's like $8.99. Please take this and take 2 cases with you, please.
trying to get my other. Where's my other camera? There we go.
I'm trying to think what our
Switch
4-pack
over.
is here for those.
I had
Like,
the camera
it
on.
ain't
I
much.
didn't one on for a
It
second.
ain't much.
There we go. That's better. I had my number 2 camera on, which isn't my favorite camera. So
Last time I was up in Michigan, I was buying bombers of Dragon's Milk. And this is when we had bombers, by the way. We don't have those anymore. So kids, look on your phones and figure out what a bomber
those
is.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah. But they were like, they were $3 and $4.99 a bomber. It's stupid. Stupid prices.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is one smooth beer for 11.8.
So,
Get a nice
try to warm this up.
chilies, the vanilla, the cinnamon. The chilies had a nice little. It's not really a heat kick, but it's a nice little spice kick on the back end. It gives it a nice little feel with the cinnamon.
Kind of a little warmth, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little bit of a bite to it, but then you've got like the caramelly type underneath of the body, right? So it's got that nice smooth creamy feel to it. I mean, it's like some type of a dessert type. I mean, it is dessert type beer, but it's just like you want a dessert. I'll just have a Dragon's Milk. Like, don't worry about having a cake or a pie or something like that. Just give me just Dragon's Milk, and that'll work fine for my dessert. I'm good to go.
You're gonna have both.
But I bet that'd be phenomenal. If you
You're right, Paul. I am going to have both, but I'm just saying.
Damn right. Damn right.
I bet that'd be phenomenal if you poured on like some scoops of ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Like, oh,
Todd, it's Dragon's Milk. It's not Kahlua.
I don't care. That's still be.
It might.
Tell me it wouldn't
might
be.
work.
Tell me it wouldn't be.
It might. Or you put in a bowl of Cheerios, it might still work. I mean, Cheerios
No,
grains.
Throwing in all that sogginess, just just ice cream in general.
Yeah.
I set it on the heater that was next to me for a while, so I think it's better now.
Yeah. And Vanessa's here now. So Vanessa,
Luckily, I have a
beer
nice beer here.
But this is, I kind of feel like I kind of hate that they're kind of not doing this now because I like the different variants they introduced during the parts of the year. So 2022 was the last year they were doing that. So maybe they'll bring it back sometime. But
I know
this was a nice one to kick off the year.
I agree, Rod. I wish I would do that too.
Yeah. And see, Vanessa, you missed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, me too. Well, Vanessa, you missed my Dragon's Milk intro, by the way, so I'll show it to you now. Because that's how we're getting more tech around here.
That's it.
Tech guy, come up with the animation. That animation guy was me still. All the tech guy. There you go. So we have this one here from Hoppin' Frog.
Oh, yeah.
Hoppin' Frog,
Yep,
great
right
brewery
there.
in Ohio. Great brewery.
Yeah, Akron, Ohio, right there on 224, I believe. And by the way, if you're in the Akron, Ohio area, near the Pennsylvania border, please check out Vintage Estates in Boardman, Ohio, right on there, 224, I believe, is the route. It's only a little bit, maybe 30 minutes outside the Pennsylvania border. Great selection of beers, great selections of wine, and there's a craft beer bar there with a mead bar attached to it. Definitely check it out. And there's hotels really near. Go check it out from Vintage Estates, and I'm not paid to say this. Boom.
I was just gonna say, are you getting paid to say this? Because that's
right.
That's a hell of a sales pitch, man. I love a sales pitch.
I'll tell you what, Jeff and Joe. Jeff is the owner. Joe is working there. Both extremely helpful people. Both really gave me all the props I needed to be like, welcome here. Don't worry about it. Sit down, have a good time, get a beer. This whole thing. It was absolutely amazing. And Vintage Estates is something I'm going to go to year in and year out. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
We need to take that clip, snip it up, and send it to them because that could be their next commercial, dude. That was awesome.
No kidding. There you go. There you go.
There you go. Put it into leather.
Oh. You wish.
What do you think of Hoppin' Frog there, Paul? What do you think of it?
It's fucking amazing. It's like stupid.
I was gonna say the reaction. I think said it all.
Yeah. No, this beer is not really thin. It's a bit thin, but not really thin.
I mean, At this point, what does that really mean, Paul? When you say that, what does it really mean?
This beer, I'll tell you what. To some people, this say with like, oh, this is like a full side of a full body. You're stupid. No, it's a full side. It is the kind of lower medium side of a full body. You can't chew this beer. It's not gonna like or anything like that. It's not like molasses, but this is so great. Let me just talk about this beer first. Let me put the voice on. Let me just talk about this beer for a little bit. This beer is an amazing beer. It has a roasty char that kind of just emulates through the whole thing. You definitely have a little bit of chocolate there. You have a little bit of dark chocolate wafting through there, a baker's chocolate, sugarless baker's chocolate, and a little bit of milk chocolate, giving a bit of sweetness. There's a little bit of a dark fruit in there, like a subtle plum and raisin, just haunting in the background a little bit. After that, you have a robust char, maybe a little bit of pumpernickel bread, a little bit of rye bread, a little bit of dark brown bread, mixing down to a little bit of earthiness there. There's a little bit of floral quality still hanging on, even though the years have passed. And it's very, very enjoyable. And down to it, you just have that nice kind of earthy backbone of a good stout. I like this beer quite a bit, and I would recommend it to all of you.
This message brought to you by Hoppin' Frog.
I think Paul just had a Will Ferrell old school moment, like
That
when he was in a debate, like he just kind of he's like, "What did I just say? What did I just say?"
You're hired. You're hired.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a spokesperson. You got the job.
This is a good beer. I'm dumb about this beer. I love this beer so much.
As they said about Mikey back in the
I
day,
won't call it a 10 out. It's not a 10 out of 10. I give it a 9, 5 out of 10. But it's not the best stout I've ever had. But this is fucking fantastic.
But the only thing, Vanessa, with this variant, you can't really hunt it down right now because this was from early 2022. Actually, this one was brewed or bottled 12/22 of 21 to be out early 2022. So. Can't get this variant or either of the variants I'm having out there, but they do have the chocolate. I think it's maybe chocolate marshmallow or something they have out there right now. So, and then they have the red ale, huh?
Did you guys get so lucky down there? Like I can get just like the regular Dragon's Milk Stout up here. I mean, I have to look for it, but I can find it. But getting any of the variants, not a chance up here, man. I got to take a trip down to the States and visit my American friends.
There was that s'mores variant as well, the s'mores one that people really enjoyed as well. And there's the White Dragon. There was a couple of different ones.
Yeah.
We still got the what's that red ale Dragon's Milk?
I got that. That's the Red Crimson. I did that one.
Yeah, the Red Crimson.
Yes.
But,
But even here in the States, there
is a new reserve. There's a new reserve that hit the shelves. I don't know what it is, but it's a new reserve. Yeah. It just hit all the shelves.
I know what you're talking about. Let me see here.
What? It's beer refill time? All right. I'm going to go do that. Give me 1 sec.
Go get a stout.
It's the, what is it? One? It's not the white.
No, it's a regular one. It's a more of their regular kind of vintage, but there definitely is a reserve that hit all the shelves here like last month.
Yeah. Yeah, because I haven't seen it come here. We had just gotten the Crimson Keep in a couple spots, but the other one came out too, but we've not seen it here. They had a maple oak. That would have been a tasty one to try.
Wow.
Oh,
banana maple.
You said the magic word.
They had a salty caramel, which would have been nice.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the magic word.
Yeah. Hey, did you give it stout?
He only has one stout. It's in Bourbon County, so he can't open it.
Oh, you don't have a stout right now?
No, I had my stout already. It'll be. It's called the Black Light.
What you're saying is, so what you're saying is you don't have a stout.
I had a stout.
Okay. Well, let me just show it. Let me turn this real quick. Here's the ball right now. Guess what? You dropped it. Bye.
The bowl.
What do you want me to, I'm Canadian. What do you want out of me, Paul? Seriously.
To be polite and take my abuse. You're doing a great job.
That's
The
what I
only thing
do.
in Canada
That's what I do.
getting
Even
dropped
when
is
you come
the
on
puck.
my channel, that's what I do. I sit and take the abuse. It's all right. Cheers, buddy.
If it was a puck.
Oh, guess
Paul,
what?
you gotta
No
drop the
trophy
ball.
for you, good sir.
Yes, International Stout Day all around the world. As if we need another day to drink stouts. You can feel good about today, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the only stout in the house. I mean, there's a couple of them, but this is the only stout in the house, and I'm glad to drink it with you, fine gentlemen.
You find people here. Talking about the Imperial Stout, just a little bit of the historical aspect. And there is some things in question. Most do agree that the first Imperial beer was particularly strong English stout to satisfy that of Catherine the Great, the Empress of Russia at the time, back in the late 18th
Yes,
century.
of course.
Of course, was
actually,
a
here's a
stout
little stout.
porter.
If you see this right here, this is the Harvey's double stout. This is an Imperial double stout. This is from Brewery Le Coq, which is one of the breweries from England who has the original recipe for the original Imperial Stout that went to the czars in England. They own that right, and they own that recipe. This is a beautiful beer. It has rich tones of umami, molasses. It also has that kind of like sea salt, soy sauce vibe to it, mixing it with a lot of plum, fig, dark fruit, and it has a very earthy herbal tone in the background, mixing with that peppery earthiness and that char. It's a very nice beer, and that's one of the very first recipes of the Imperial Russian Stout. So there you go, from Brewery Le Coq, from Harvey's Brewing Company in England.
Well, there you go.
I am useless
Very
on these.
nice. That was a great show and tell segment. I appreciate it.
Hi.
And now Vanessa's talking stouts and waffles, deep fried chicken tenders placed on the waffle as a sandwich, and maple syrup, drink the maple stout with it. So now we went to chicken and waffles with stouts, which I'm all for. I'm all in.
Why not?
You know,
Yeah.
And then Jason, I'll
Well,
drink the
you
maple
should check
syrup.
out the
I don't know
fried
if
ice cream.
Americans can handle original, true maple syrup. They're used to the shit made in factories. So.
Well, and that's why when I went down to Chicago this year, I brought in a huge bottle of maple syrup for everybody. I'm like, dude.
There's
you guys
also
don't know
a
what you-
fried ice cream stout from Flying Fish from New Jersey. So if you haven't checked out that beer out, do it.
You can actually check. I think I did the review on that on the channel. If not, it will be coming because I do have that beer, or I had that beer.
I did it on mine too.
Yeah. What up, Dee in the house? Todd, here's all golf tomorrow. Oh, golf tomorrow. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Golf tomorrow in tighter weather. The cold weather. Well, guess what? Golf's easy. About to hang them up down there in Carolina, I guess. You have to just go inside and
come up and visit
casual,
me. And then we'll talk.
join the casual folks at Top Golf, where you can just drink and hit golf balls.
Oh, there you go.
Which I still haven't been to a Top Golf yet.
I haven't either. I got a gift card and I've not been yet.
I got one right like 5 blocks from, well, I say 5, it's more like 7 or 8, but it's right across from almost a Ravens stadium.
There's one literally across the street from where I work.
Yeah.
That's how close you are. Okay.
It does sound heavily. Scored chicken breasts to make waffle sandwich yesterday for 89 cents a pound. Nice. Get those deals. It's all about the chicken breasts.
I got ribs in the oven right now.
Oh, do you?
Oh, smoke! Yeah, I dry rub the fuck out of those bitches, and I put them in the oven. I usually put them in the smoker. Right now, I put them in the oven.
Ribs are good to pair with stouts too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
ribs are good to pair with everything.
Exactly, I agree with that. Yeah,
it's meat. Come on, we'll make it work. 2 turkeys for 10. I might go buy more than one. Well, shit, that's a hell of a deal going into Thanksgiving. How big are these turkeys, though? I mean, that's kind of cheap for a turkey.
No doubt.
Like some turkey on crack or something.
Crack turkey.
It didn't grow up as big.
Why
as
is the turkey in the tree?
Like,
what you got? Edible. What you got? What you got? Calm down, turkey.
Turkey grabbing a fork and knife, holding everybody up. Give me your cranberry. Oh, let's see. So, back to the beer news. Sam Adams continuing the tradition with the release of their next Utopias beer, already out in the market, coming in at the 28% ABV, and now $2.40 a bottle, and it's still illegal in 15
Suck a
states.
dick.
So
Lightweight. That's lightweight.
if you want to see what states it's illegal, and you can actually check it out on the blog, JBeerVentures.com, where it lists the piece about Utopia's beer, and it lists all 15 states where it's not legal. One of them being, as one of our friends, Brian the Beer Snob, cannot get Utopias in Georgia. That is
and just
or blue ice or blue. Blue can't get it down there.
And just a little hint, don't drink the whole bottle in one sitting.
Bullshit!
Well, do not say that. Then you have a story to tell.
Oh, hi, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon's there.
Shannon's in the I don't know if the internet can handle Todd and Paul. I mean, Shannon and Paul on the same night.
Well, Todd's a little extreme. You know, if we can get to Shannon and Paul, it'd be fine, but Todd's a little much.
He is.
Yeah.
Welcome, Shannon. Great to see you, my friend.
You know?
I'll tell you what, though, Utopas, the bottle is amazing. The bottle itself, I would like, if anyone has an empty bottle of Utopas, I would love that. So my P.O. box is on my channel. Hook me up with an empty bottle, baby. Come on, baby.
You would think a guy that drank a whole bottle a night would be able to keep the bottle.
I mean, I would drink the whole goddamn bottle in one night on live stream and talk about it.
Kept the bottle. I'm like, I drank it. You didn't like it. I should get it.
He paid for it, though.
I did pay for it. No, he didn't. He got it for free.
But he gave it to you.
I drank the whole thing, but he kept the bottle.
I feel like you're being greedy.
Oh, that sucks. You don't even get a souvenir.
It should be mine.
You should take it from him. You should punch him in the face and take it.
I agree, Paul. But
I mean,
this Utopia, all I got for was a headache in the morning.
And this happened like 5 years ago or something, so.
It doesn't matter. At this point, probably
It still remains. It's still in the memory. It's still there.
Memory remains.
He's telling his friends he drank all that, and it was Todd that did it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I took this down in one night because I'm a real man.
Give credit where credit's due is all I'm saying, you know.
Well, being stout time, another stout, Conor McGregor's Fours Irish Stout, now available in the USA. So for you MMA Conor McGregor fans, all the celebrities are cashing in in some way now. Realm, it seems. So Conor McGregor's one of the
because
latest
it's a macro-produced stout, it won't hit for shit, just like Conor McGregor.
Oh,
I can take 12 now without falling over. Fuck you.
Shots to Connor. Let me see here. Well, shit, Shannon showed up and all the comments started flying in, so I gotta go back and see all these comments.
What happened?
It's my video game. You know, my life is that my whole world is a video game I'm playing, and I created all the characters, so wouldn't be a good video game if the comments didn't start flying when I showed up.
Right. There you go. Right. Let me see here.
Don't egg it on, Rod.
Gotta go back. I gotta go back up here. Two turkey ribs and oven smoking around building a teaser with 6-tail dragon. Yeah, you should have a smoker.
Every fantasy game. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, so I love it. I use it all the time.
22 and 24 pounds. That's a decent sized turkey. 2 for 10. That's just crazy on the price. I mean, that's Rod J deal if it's going to be a turkey.
There you go, Rod J turkey deal. Yeah,
two turkeys for $10. I thought they were on crack or something.
Was it like somebody that shot it on the side, like a wild turkey that tastes awful?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it was like $10 worth of shotgun shells. Vanessa actually shot the turkeys.
I mean, I will say, I will have to claim that I had both a couple times. Wild turkey in the spring does taste less good than female wild turkey in the fall. Like that gobbler in the spring does taste like shit. But the stuff I get in the fall, not too bad.
Do you know if it's a male or a female when you're shooting it?
Of course,
How?
because one's got a beard and the other one doesn't.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
I was gonna say you look at the giblets.
So
No, I checked out the cloaca, banged it
One's
twice.
that big and
One didn't
one's not.
complain, one did, so I got the other one.
fair enough. So the boy turkey or the girl turkey tastes better?
The boy.
Oh, the girl, of course. Girls taste better because I'm straight.
See,
I
you
knew
had
that was gonna be flipped.
you two got to stop leading Paul
I
into
said
these.
it
As
anyway.
soon as you said it, it was like, here we go.
I
Here we
knew
go.
it.
There it is. Oh shit!
His name's not Dylan, so.
Sorry, Rod. I love you. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
I'm a bad boy.
Oh, the base trying to get rid of. Well, you know what, veterans, you guys deserve to get cheap turkeys too, like well-priced turkeys. I say they're cheap, it's well-priced. You should be getting it for free. So there you go.
Right, no kidding.
Yeah. 89 cents a pound. And they're gonna sell here. We get them at $3.99 a pound. Yeah, yeah. Turkeys can be expensive, especially the last few years.
Welcome to Canada, man.
Yeah. Well, you guys get a lot of stuff up there. It's expensive, but that's for your health care.
Yeah, you get free health care. That's what
Yeah,
I was getting
That's
ready
true.
to
But don't worry, it technically gets taxed in some way. But I love the fact that it technically gets taxed in everybody, but you just don't notice it and you still pay for it. It's really funny. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'll tell you what, in Canada, depending where you are, I don't know where you are, in Canada, the imports are nutsly cheap. Really good. Like you could get bottles of like Rochefort 10 and stuff like that. App 10 from St. Bernard's, $2.99 a bottle, $3.99. Like that's like this is like what? What are you talking about? Like
Well, it might be a tie
Canadian
from England.
too.
With England, it's up into Europe that maybe they get that break there. So
Yeah, but I don't. All I know is I traded all my euros and my Canadian pounds in. I went over with $100 and I was like, oh, I hit the lottery. Okay, let's buy beer. And all I did was roll up my whole goddamn car with App 12s and St. Bernardus. So I was like, I love Canada. This is amazing.
Canada.
Canada is like the best world of living because you come over as American or you get the American dream, you become rich. And all you do is buy the beers of other countries. And Canada is just like the like the middle way bitch of all this good shit.
Say, oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada, you used and worthless hoe. I take your shit and take it back, and you still suck, and I'm great. It's like that.
Anyway, yeah. So
You should
Vanessa,
That doesn't
you
even
get the
rhyme, dude.
Utopias in Connecticut.
You still suck and I'm great.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get that.
$2.40 a bottle. Yeah, I mean that's what it is now. I mean that's if you get it at what they're saying retail at their price. A lot of places will jack it up for the price they're offering at. So
I
Sure.
agree.
Well,
He's like
recently,
240.
TK bought a bottle for like $400. Well, him and Anderson split it.
because
It
it gets
was
raised
$400.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The MSRP is $240. But by the time you end up buying it, you could be paying more than that.
That's insane.
I'd still buy one.
Honestly,
I don't
like Rod, true story here. Like, there's a company I get actually mad at. I get mad at this company for charging so much for their beer. Anchorage, you know them very well.
Yeah.
Anchorage Brew Company charges like $95 for a 12-ounce bottle of beer. However,
Ooh.
I almost want to say like the experience out of an Anchorage beer might be comparable or better than that Utopas. Like I'm just thinking about these prices, and it's just like, wow.
Should say Utopas.
Should we do the Anchorage or should we do this or this or this?
Topaz
Oh, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's not a Rod J deal. Let me just say that.
No,
I think
it's not.
I'm mad about it because it's not a Rod J
It's
deal.
the opposite of a Rod J deal.
It's a PA goddamn Brew News deal, and I don't like it.
I mean, when you
Like-
spend that much money on a drink and then you drink, like I would not be able to enjoy it because I'm like, I spent $200 on this drink. And as I'm drinking it, I'm just like,
Shannon drinking a beer. This is my invitation to Shannon drinking a beer. You know how many kids we could have fed with this? You know how many homeless people we could have fed with
So
this?
Shannon, imagine this. Like, imagine you spent $100 less, but you, as a person in general, enjoyed the flavors and enjoyed the beer more, and it wasn't so harsh.
so
Like,
quality over quantity.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Well, and
Would that
Utopias is an experience. You're paying for the
$100
beer, you're paying for the experience.
$100 for a very, very enjoyable beer, is that worth it to you compared to $270 for a beer that you're going to think tastes like dog shit?
I mean,
Because honestly, here's the thing: is for a normal Miller Lite drinker, Utopass is very harsh. Because I drank beers, I actually drank the Sink the Bismarck, and I paid for it too with my own goddamn money, which sucked. Which is 55 pounds, is like $1 million American, and it was like unfortified whiskey with shit in it. I'm like, wow, this sucks.
That's a bummer.
Like, I like it. I
That
like
is a
it because
bummer.
I paid money. It not shit. Imagine like unfortified whiskey steeped in bouillon cubes for steak. Like, it's got that rich flavor, but it's like, wow, this sucks. For $55 a shot for 12 ounces, like, this is not the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking Utopass is probably something similar to that, and I don't think it's worth that price. If you can buy something like, again, I don't want to support Anchorage, but Anchorage, they do very well received beers for about $95. However, if I got a one-on-one with a brewer from Anchorage and I wanted to say, like, why do you charge $95 a bottle? We might get into a fist fight. I'm just saying. But
Sounds like a
Anchorage
question.
is something that produces very high quality shit, very high quality stuff, and very world renowned high quality stuff for half that price, but maybe even 3/4 more of that quality. So I'd like to hear your take, all of you, on that kind of quadrant that I'm kind of sitting at too, because I have Anchorage beers to buy, and I'm not sure if I want to pull that trigger yet. So convince me.
I'm going to convince
mean,
you not to do it because apparently there's some dilemma with Anchorage that I'm not aware of. If it hurts your soul to buy it, then you shouldn't buy it.
I mean, like, buying one beer for $100 is my thing. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
that's a lot of money, but it depends. I mean, everybody has their own price point. I bought the highest I paid in a Bourbon County beer that I bought was their anniversary one, was I think $49 for one of their bottles.
No, okay.
And that
Oh,
was
yeah.
probably me pushing the
Yeah.
limit. That's like a 16-ounce bottle like that and everything. But I've got other bigger bottles where I paid less. I probably were comparable too, but it was kind of like I wanted to experience that moment. Like Shane said, the Utopia thing is more the experience and stuff. But I mean,
Yeah, it's that experience.
You know?
Like, give it. That's why I was so happy to do it, because I bought that End of History, like the Sink the Bismarck, rather, but I shared it with everybody. Everybody got a sip. Like, you didn't need to worry about.
Aw.
Everybody. That's nice.
yeah, see, that was a good thing. That's like an experience and you remember that and everything. But I mean,
You're right. Right.
I know the Utopia,
Hey.
you get the Utopia for $240, you can go to Dominatrix for whatever amount. Either way, you're getting bent over, but which one are you going to enjoy more? I don't know.
Right.
I
It's your
like
call.
getting bent over more. Spread me like a
And
Christmas
you-
turkey.
Like,
Like the Utopias, you're not going to drink all in one sitting anyway.
Rod,
Not unless
you
it's
yelled
meant to
at
be
them
sipped
for setting
and
me up,
put
and
away.
then you said,
And then sip and
Not-
then put away.
Not unless you're a guy named Todd. If you're a guy named
Yeah.
Todd, you may drink it all in one sitting. I'm
You
just
can't,
saying.
man.
well,
Oh,
just
he's
saying.
proof of
Oh,
it. He's
yeah.
proof of it. He's done it.
I've done it. And
I've been
look,
here before. Fuck it, it's easy. Let's go.
You can. You may not remember much the next day, but you can.
You can, for sure. You can. I mean, I wouldn't, if I ever get a bottle, which I'm hoping to eventually. I'm not gonna, like, I'm gonna, you know,
I
have
mean,
a
they
sip,
tell you to
put it
drink
away
it like
for
in
2
one.
weeks.
They tell you to drink it like a 1 ounce at a time or whatever. You can. But
Hey,
Maybe that's the difference, though, because in an Anchorage beer that it's 19% or whatever, but you do have that drinkability, that tastiness. where you can actually drink that in one sitting. So you're like $100 and done. Where this is, you're like $100, like $200 or whatever, but you can have it over many sittings as a sipper. Like
And I think the Utopia's bottle is like, I want to say it's like 25 or 28 ounces or something too. So isn't it bigger than like
it's a little bit bigger? Okay.
Yeah. So per ounce, I mean, it brings that number down.
In one sitting, one sitting.
Yeah.
And really, if you want to, you can take that empty bottle and sell it online for like $100.
Yeah,
people pay
I mean, if you wanted to, you could have got a stout to drink tonight.
It's like so you got a recycling fee. So there you go, get 100 back.
Yeah,
like bringing it back to the store like it's a Coke bottle.
Back in the day.
Like I know when I eventually get my bottle, I can sell it to Paul for $100. So
there you go.
The fuck I would, motherfucker.
Hey, I'm giving you a deal. It's 100 Canadian. I'm talking, not American. 100
oh, then it's free. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. It's like $24 for you guys. I mean,
okay, you owe me $76.
There you go. But shout out to Liz, enjoyed a nice sour with mango, cherry, and pineapple as well.
Oh,
what are you saying,
Liz, anytime you get Hoosier Brewing, get it because they're pretty fucking good.
Liz is amazing. Hi, Vanessa.
Yeah, Liz is amazing. JT's there too. I think JT's also They're doing $2 pictures, so JT's drinking some beers as well.
Yeah. JT
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys are closer to Cincinnati,
I got to meet them in Chicago.
The Sam Adams Brewery in Cincinnati are doing Utopia Pours this weekend, but you guys it'd be a road trip.
All right. No, I saw today.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati beer is going to go on sale.
I saw that. I did pre-tickets and stuff. And for 1 second, I actually thought it'd be kind of good to come back and just to see the festival. We come back, we catch up with you guys.
Still inside like it was that year?
Yeah, Duke Energy's inside.
That was before COVID and after. That was right before COVID.
That was like the weekend. That was the weekend before COVID.
Yeah.
If it would have been one more weekend, it would have been canceled. Yeah.
Being shut down.
Yeah.
And then we can restart. We can restart the fried bologna poll. We can start going around asking people about the fried bologna again.
I want to delete fried bologna from the world.
That was funny asking all the people about fried bologna. I mean, people were having discussions about it. You know.
Yeah. I'm a good question asker. I can get the conversation going.
Yeah.
Are you a good question?
For sure.
Really? I will tell you, I will never eat fried bologna again in my life.
Why is that?
Why is
I ate all. I respect my parents for the way they raised me. I respect what they had to deal with as they raised me. I respect everything about my life. I respect Spam and cheese. I still eat it. I will never eat.
You eat Spam, but you won't eat fried bologna?
Hold the fuck up. I'm just saying. Spam and cheese is a cheesy, creamy, delicious meal where the Spam accents the goodness of the cheese. I will not eat minutes. Even though the minute steak is not bad, I will never eat minute steak again. I will never eat ramen noodles again, and I will never eat fried bologna again because fuck you. I'm done.
But would you eat hamburger helper?
Fuck you. I'm done.
Not only did we have hamburger helper the other night,
I can't do it. I'm done. It's too much. It's too much.
Well, that brings us to a good question. So, as Paul's run down his list, what food did you have as a kid that you would never eat again?
Yes, that's a good. That's the list.
That you don't eat now. Sure.
Can I go first?
Sure. What'd you say?
Cat piss?
Cow tongue.
Oh.
You ate cow tongue as a kid?
Moo. Tongue.
You ate cow tongue as a kid?
I'm really looking forward to eating that. I still haven't had that, and I'm really looking forward to it. They say it's the best part.
Well, when I
cow
had
tongue,
and it was not like sliced up to where you didn't know what it was. It was the whole fucking tongue, and then they sliced it up, and it was Traumatic. It was traumatic.
Okay. Well, that would be like as a young kid that doesn't want to see a cow tongue, that could be bad. Yeah. Kind of
Yeah.
like with me, like minute steak is not bad, but because we had it every other day for like 10 years, I don't want to fucking have it anymore. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
let me-
not. It's
Well,
not
let me
because
get
these
to-
things are bad.
Let
Like
me
in
get this
their
straight.
yeah, they're not bad in and of themselves. It's just when you have them at a traumatic time, or you had them so much, go fuck yourself. You know, that kind of thing.
Let me go back to Shannon's thing here. So
Yeah, let's do it.
you you had cow tongue where they pretty much took the cow tongue, put it like on a plate, like it was roast beef, and started carving off slices of it.
Yes. There was a table. I was at my aunt and uncle's house, and they
Okay.
had
Taste buds and all.
Yeah, I remember the taste buds. I remember, and it was just like on kind of like a turkey platter, or family serving style.
Did it have like garnish around it, or was it just the tongue?
No, it was just there was no garnish.
Hannibal Lecter
No
was
garnish.
the
If you're eating cow tongue, there's no garnish.
No way to dress
Okay.
it up. No radishes, no lettuce, no nothing around.
So-
no.
So essentially, the first French kiss Shannon had was with a cow.
What was
Right,
sliced
and that's
up,
exactly-
so when I ate
a dead
it
cow.
it's
A dead
hard
cow.
to,
Goddamn right, it's a dead cow. That's
Yeah.
kinky.
it was traumatizing.
And that's
I didn't
exactly
want-
why I don't want to try cow's tongue, because I don't want to
Oh,
taste something that can
stop
taste
being
me
a
back.
wimp. You're Canadian. You're supposed
I
to
don't
be
wanna
tough and
taste anything that-
frosty.
I don't want to taste anything that can taste me back. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm gonna say that's kind of unique, probably with Shannon, because I don't think many kids had cow tongue that I'm aware of. But maybe I'm wrong. But
I've never had it.
Cow tongue was not very common in New Jersey, Rod.
it was not.
It was not some rich delicacy. I'm sure some people can make it sound fancy and like a $200 bottle of beer or whatever, but
Yahoo,
It was-
tahu.
not. It was my aunt and uncle, and they had cows and pig, or like one cow, one pig, and then they butchered it up, and I guess they just
They're like, well, we're gonna throw this away. Here, let's have it
Yeah.
for dinner instead.
and it was traumatizing, and I didn't want
Most
to eat it.
the weirdest thing is like oh, sorry, Shannon.
No, it was awful. Just take my. I mean, maybe I just didn't like it. Maybe it was traumatic. Maybe you guys would like it. So maybe
Maybe you
try
need
it,
more-
but
maybe
I
you need
will
more-
That's
never
a
have
long,
it.
long time ago. You might like it now.
No,
Maybe you
we-
needed more
There,
pepper.
there,
You might
there
have needed
actually is
more pepper.
historical data that says like most farmers gave away the best cuts and kept their shit for themselves because that's how they survived. Which it
Oh,
makes sense though. It does make sense.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
it
speaking of
wasn't-
the 240, Didi said that's way too many comics, so no way he would be spending that on a beer. Shannon, nice to see you. Been a while, Didi said. Only one smoker? Slacker.
Mm.
I got more than one. I got one here, one there, one there, one there. Like what the fuck?
Turkey hunting 5 birds in spring. I got friends that are deer hunting right now. They can only do 2 years. They can only do 2 deer a year in
When you went
Michigan.
to work, there was a dead
That's
mama
been there for
deer.
like 2 days.
There was a
Melbourne's
dead
really have more colorful feathers.
Oh, it is. Maybe it was. Maybe I did.
Birds of a feather flock
They
together.
said both turkeys are tasty, Vanessa said.
Well, yeah, but some people don't like the
giblets.
gobbler.
Giblets.
Yeah. Giblets.
What's your favorite giblet? What's your favorite giblet?
I like the lungs a lot. I like lungs, kidneys,
I don't eat
and
giblets.
heart.
We don't get
I
the
don't-
lungs
I-
here.
Well, we
heart's
call
the
them
best.
giblets here, not giblets. We say
Yeah.
giblets.
I mean, we might call it here too.
We
but
do that here too, Paul.
Is it a GIF or a
Okay.
GIF? I don't know.
Giblets, giblets.
Whatever.
I mean, it looks the same.
I don't eat giblets
Yeah.
personally.
I do.
I mean,
I do. I eat the hell out of it. And I
Like
chew on
people
the
that-
neck.
like people that eat livers, like I can't. Yeah, like livers, I would never.
I'll
eat.
eat
Like, no
livers.
way.
Livers are good. They're good for
I
you.
like the livers.
This is how.
Damn
tacos
right.
look. Anytime I make a whole chicken, like usually you make the turkey, but if I have a cold chicken and it's got all the parts inside of it, and I make them for the stock of the chicken, and I pull them all out and I throw them in the pot, and then when they get cooked, and I pick all the meat off the bone. I always save the liver for Todd, for him to have.
Oh,
the liver.
good boy. That's
And
good. You put,
Stop doing that
I just
What about
rather-
you, Shannon? Do you eat any of the cock organs?
No, I don't. Not on purpose, anyway. I don't think.
I like the heart and stuff like that. The kidneys, they're good.
So
I thought you said the cock.
I did too.
I said the cock
Pretty sure he
organ,
did. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure he did.
the organs of the cock you cooked.
Hearing things.
No,
Not
but
the heart, sort of. I've tried it, but
when me and my brother were kids.
the cock, I'm not so sure, but
But when me and my brother were kids, we would always fight when my mom would make a whole chicken. We'd always fight over the heart. Who got to eat the heart? And so
Yeah.
as I got older, I'm like, it always tasted so. And then as I got older, I'm like, when I figured out what a heart was and the chambers, and I bit it, it just ruined it. I'm like,
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
I
Yeah.
love turkey heart.
I
Turkey
like
heart is
chicken
I was
hearts.
going to say, Shane, do you eat a lot of this stuff too? The giblets.
I'm not. I don't
Giblets.
eat the liver at all. I do not like the flavor of liver. But like I
There's
said, I
enough
will fight
vapor in it.
somebody. Yeah, like I'll fight somebody for turkey heart. Like I will literally fist fight you for turkey heart because that's how much I love it.
I don't think you'd have to
to
stand
me,
by
I
for
think
that.
to me, I feel like the heart's like tough. I don't know, maybe not.
It is, but it's tasty.
Is
It is. It is tasty.
Really good.
Here
Really
in a
good.
week,
Yeah.
try it again.
There's a lot of love in that heart.
Not loving
A lot of
it.
love.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of love in that heart.
Some of them, yeah,
Yeah, some of them don't come with all of it.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'll dig into and I'm like, is there any like a bag of
Ooh,
organs in
3,300
here? And
spread
sometimes
out.
there's no bag of organs.
See, when
I know
said
it's
eat a
disappointing when you don't
rack
get the
of
bag of
bills,
organs, right? It's like you're getting ripped off. Like there's no organs
know,
in this
right?
freaking
For
thing.
sure,
What the hell?
yeah.
Such a disappointment.
yeah.
They're
It's like you
way-
look at the Sam Adams and you look at Vanessa has to pay for a script. You're like, how many Sam Adams utopias can that buy? Like, yeah. So it's all becomes reflective on what things are, right? Like,
not very many.
no, 3,300.
$3,300 for your
That's over.
prescription.
That's over 10 utopias you could get.
Man, Vanessa, come up here. You get that shit for free.
Well,
Jeez.
my
That's what
opinion-
people do here in the States, though. They get stuff out of Canada on the internet.
Yeah, might as
They
well.
say it.
She's VA, she's private benefits, and the pharmaceutical company knows they can raise those prices that high.
Well,
because some-
doesn't she have
Yeah,
a
but some-
military thing though? She should
She is
be
military,
getting.
but
well,
she
shouldn't,
should.
like,
But some
that's
stuff she has to pay out of
probably-
pocket. She has to pay out of pocket
Yeah.
for some of her stuff.
Oh, she's paying that out of pocket?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Doesn't-
America,
that
Shannon.
doesn't seem-
I-
Well, I mean, that doesn't seem like
I have
that.
absolutely no idea what you guys are talking
You
about.
know,
I'll tell you now.
it's funny, right?
That's what
So,
That's what I drink. That's what I drink in beer in a month. So
It's like I was working out today, and I listened to Pandora. And in between, I have commercials. There's a commercial about one of the pharmaceutical companies, and they're like, "Blah blah blah, get this." And every 30 days, you get a $10 coupon to pay for it. It's like, oh, but it doesn't cover if you don't have insurance or if you're on a government program. Like, so the people that actually probably need it the most can't get the
Can't
protection
get
they
it.
need.
Yeah.
Well, you mean
And I've had that talk with pharmacists before, like when I've gotten stuff and it's like, oh, here's this coupon thing. Okay, it's $5, $10, or maybe. Like what if it didn't? Like if I didn't have this, like, and I had no which one would it be, and they told me like this would be like $500 or something.
yeah, I'll tell you what
like,
though. I just
seriously.
left a place. I just left Kellogg's. Right. If you're a Kellogg's union employee, you pay $10 a month for healthcare, and it covers absolutely everything.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the way
Everything.
UPS is here. Yeah, it's a union job, and
Like you don't
Pay-
pay for this. You don't pay if you were in the ER for like 3 weeks. It doesn't. You don't get charged.
yeah, that's the way
Nothing.
it should.
and that makes
Yes,
for Happy
exactly.
Labor Day every year.
That's Kellogg's is where fun. But what one of the employees says, Kellogg's is where fun goes to die
Well, that's a job.
It's
because they are all miserable, angry bastards.
But they got health care.
Yeah, that's why they
Yeah.
stay. That's why they stay.
When they come out of the hospital, they say that's great because they do like 20 to Tiger.
Right. Look, they don't know like the whole Macho Man. Ooh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
That one. What I've been wanting another tattoo, and I just figured out what it's going to be.
Cheers to
I'm
Ryan.
put it,
Cheers, my
like,
friend, fellow
Right here,
Marylander.
it's going to say.
Hi, Ryan.
I would not pay more than 100 or more for one beer. I think it'd be worth it, but I'm not willing to pay it.
Like, What's your question?
That's fair.
Can't
That's
fault
fair.
you on that. Dragon's Milk on Saturdays and make 5 pounds of duck egg noodles and lasagna. It's her duck egg season. She gets a lot of duck egg stuff. She's been making the duck egg.
Yeah, duck eggs. I think they're my favorite egg. Is duck eggs.
I've never had.
I've never had one either.
Oh, they're good. They're very large. They're very
Dragon's
sweet.
Milk.
There's like a sweetness to them. They're pretty good.
Make it to Connecticut. I'm definitely drinking some Dragon's
I
Milk.
always, if I have to explain how duck
JB's
tastes,
in the house, shining rocks.
thank you. But duck,
Huh?
duck is like turkey but sweeter.
Yeah, absolutely. I love duck meat.
Yeah,
Duck is gamey though. I thought.
Oh no, I love
duck. A little bit more
shit.
gamier. Duck's a little more gamey,
Yeah.
which is
It's
fine.
that
I
dark,
can do
that
the
sweet
duck.
dark meat.
Yes,
Yep.
hammerhead.
Yeah.
I tell you what, goose is nice too. Goose and duck are fucking woo. Love it.
My
Someone said
green
great
screen?
green screen. Yeah, curtains. What's up, Everson in the house? Chef Boyardee pizza and drinking a pirate water Bahama Mama. True story. Wait a minute. I don't know if I'm surprised by the pirate water Bahama Mama or that Chef Boyardee has a pizza now. I don't think I've ever seen a Chef Boyardee.
Well, technically, Chef Boyardee is actually in Milton, Pennsylvania, not too far from me. Chef Boyardee still has a plant there that was been there for like 100 years. Yeah, for quite a long time.
No, funny thing is, Chef Boyardee was actually a real person. If you watch the Food That Built America, he did story of Chef Boyardee. Yeah. I always thought it was just like a character created, but it was based off. It was based. Well, the guy that did it, that was like there, yeah. And then I was just surprised it was based off a real person. Like I always thought it was just made up to sell ravioli.
No, yeah. It's almost like every great myth, the mythological part of it comes from some known fact way back in the history. Like every myth comes from some kind of weird thing that you can base the fact. It's just really funny.
Yeah. Rod, I'm not sure have you never had Chef Boyardee pizza before?
No, it's not. It's the crust.
What's the whole kit?
No.
The whole kit.
Oh yeah, you got a
Chef
kit.
Boyardee kit. Whatever.
I've never had Chef Boyardee pizza.
It's not good. It's not good.
I mean, it's not terrible either.
No,
but
I've only had Chef Boyardee out of a can with raviolis.
I've had ravioli. I've had the spaghetti and meatballs. I've had the beefaroni.
And that's how they keep the business
I
of
think
the
that's the only one that we
pizza,
have for Chef Boyardee.
because they have the other.
No, you can buy a box pizza kit. It's actually not bad.
I'm not a fan, but that
You
doesn't.
guys got Chef
I
Boyardee
want
up there in Canada, right, Shane?
I want to match Shane here and not drink a stout because you just can't plan over there in Canada, and that's why
I
you're
drank
not.
it before the show. I'm sorry. It's
I'm
right
just
here. I know
saying
that. I
that's
drank it.
why
It's
you're
right
not
here.
a giant
It's right here.
economic foreign power, asshole. I'm just saying. Like, here's Keystone State of Mind. Here's a hazy double IPA. This is actually by New Trail Brewing Company from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and other half from Rochester, New York City, and I believe Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. So we have this, and if it's not good, I'm going to blame other half for fucking it up.
DC and Philadelphia now, and a second location in New York for other half.
Yeah. So anyway, it's something that's not from PA. So if it's not good, it's other half's fault.
But Ryan said he's gonna have an Anchorage when he's in Denali National Park.
Ooh, Denali! I've been there. That is pretty fucking nice.
His webcam is drunk too. You get that light off the screen, Todd. By the way,
do what?
Do you have that light on the screen still, or whatever that you couldn't figure out earlier?
I know she got it.
She got it.
It's an iPad. It's her iPad, so I don't know about.
I'm not a fan of Scrapple. I've never been a fan of Scrapple.
I love Scrapple.
Scrapple.
You've just never had it done right.
Scrapple
You've never had it.
It's kind of like Get It.
Come over here. I'll make you some Scrapple. I'll make you real good Scrapple.
That doesn't tell me anything.
You never had Get It in Cincinnati?
Ghetto. I thought you said ghetto.
Well, it is ghetto. I mean,
there's a lot of ghettos in Cincinnati.
Ghetto and a Scrapple.
Oh, about the pronunciation.
I don't know what ghetto is either.
Both of them are ghettos, but they were actually done. They were both done by
a lot of ghettos in PA too.
Created.
They sound like board games.
What? What the hell is Scrapple? I'm an ignorant Canadian. I don't know what the hell
Oh.
Scrapple is.
And scrapple is basically you take the jowl meat, you take side organs, it's like a side ribs rather, side meat cuts. You grind it up. You add corn flour. You got spices and seasoning, and it basically comes out in a very loaf that you put in bread pans with wax paper, and it dries up, and then you cut it up and you fry it, and it's a very it's a hearty meal for like breakfast. So you have a lot of that beautiful or like pork meat ground up in there, but then you also have that breadiness that is fried up like a crisp with a nice salt and peppery spice.
So you're a fan.
Doesn't he make it
Is
sound
that
so
actually
good,
what it-
folks?
Rod J, is that
Doesn't he
actually
make
what
it
it
sound
is?
so great?
So-
Yeah.
Is that actually what
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah, like
Okay.
when you go to restaurants, like for breakfasts, they'll say, "Do you want like you'll say a meat?"
It's
switch,
really,
they'll say,
really
"Do you want
nice."
scrapple?"
I'm
They'll
like,
say, "Do you want scrapple, sausage, or bacon?" Like scrapple
Okay.
is a common thing, and it's done that way. And the difference between that and like Geta is that it's like flaked oats or something they actually use. It's a little bit
it
different.
doesn't
It's
look
almost like the
very
difference between
appetizing, though.
a Tennessee whiskey and like a bourbon whiskey.
Really
Is
nice,
that what it
nice
looks
and
like?
fried.
Okay.
You have a
Yeah.
beautiful crispy
Yeah,
the
that's-
hard crispy outside
That's pretty
and a
much
beautiful
that's pretty much
soft
scrapple.
inside.
Right, right.
It's so nice. It's really, and if you put a
Yeah.
little bit of honey or even maple syrup on it, it's
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah, when you
Oh,
look
maple
at it,
syrup,
it almost looks like some burnt up spam by the time you look
Well,
at
I was
it. So
I was
yeah.
a little skeptical because when Paul was describing it, and Rod J's just like laughing, I'm like, this guy's full of shit, and that's not even what it is. Because Rod
No,
J
he
was over
is.
there laughing at the way he was describing it. So I honestly I didn't know what it was.
Ryan's in
It
Maryland too,
is.
so he knows
I
about
make my,
scrapple.
I
Scrapple's
made
his
my
top
own,
two
and
or
it's
three.
fucking fantastic.
I'm sure it's great. It sounds pretty good.
I've never seen a gray meal. That's gray.
That's before you fry it. It looks like that before you fry it. That's what it looks
why
like when you
is it
take
like
it out of the freezer pan, and then you cut it
Yeah.
like that, and then you fry it, and it becomes brown and crispy.
like
So you have a nice.
Okay.
You have to cut it in at least. Here, people fuck it up. You have to cut it in at least a quarter inch, and when you fry it in butter, it becomes nice and sweet
It's
and
like
crispy
fried
on the
bologna.
outside,
You got to put
and
the
then you
cuts
have
in.
that
You gotta
nice,
put the cuts
spicy,
in.
soft center.
Okay.
You
That's
know
the
what?
whole point. You need a very
You know what,
crispy outside and
Paul?
a nice soft center.
It's a technique, just like fried bologna, so the bubble doesn't hit.
I'm sorry. God damn it. I am passionate about my scrapple, motherfucker.
I'm like,
I'm
glad that
sensitive.
boy. Yes.
I'm gonna have to
This
try
is,
that now because I've never heard of it, but it sounds
Yeah.
like something I would enjoy, so I'm gonna try that.
Well, wait till you see a picture.
As long as you
Neither
like
of those.
I don't know, wait,
try
Paul's-
scrapple, but stay away from like a Taylor pork roll because that's gross.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, we didn't even talk about pork roll. That's a whole different thing there. Yeah.
I was trying to like make Rod triggered, but apparently he's like, I don't give a fuck about Taylor pork roll. I've never had it.
Neither.
Apparently we have a thing here in Pennsylvania called a pork loaf, and apparently people absolutely adore it. I've never had it, so I
People
can't
do.
comment on it.
Sounds like a pork loin or something.
Yeah, the place we went to when
It's
I came up to
basically a
visit,
meatloaf, but with pork.
when I visit Alex, the beer master, one of the restaurants has his own little pork roll sandwich that he gets there. Pork
No
roll is big in
shit.
the Northeast. Yeah, yeah,
Have you ever had a pork steak?
yeah. That's just like a long pork chop though.
No,
Thin, long, thin
it's
pork chop.
Sort of, yeah. It's kind of like a
So-
T-bone of pork chops.
Yeah, like I've
Sausage
never
roll.
had pork steak up until like the last like maybe 8 years. Had one, and I'm like,
Before that,
8 cans of spam.
ribeye.
I can't do spam. Can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. either.
Spam is amazing. You've never had my macaroni and cheese, Rod. Let me tell you what. You get here, I get you fucking shit-faced drunk. You'll eat my macaroni and cheese. You love it.
Now, consider where you work
Actually,
now. If I
actually.
go to where you work one day, I might come back and have cravings for.
I
spam.
will make sure that you get so high you can't even see your feet.
That sounds amazing.
you see your feet.
I
Well, I need to-
definitely
I need to crack
work in a
open my
place where
beers,
there's
though.
lots of that. There's lots
have
of
another-
things that are things like that.
So this is the 2022 Reserve
From
2. Now
Holland?
this one, New Holland. This one was bottled back in 2022. It is the bourbon barrel aged stout with stoop waffle, cookies, coffee.
Oh my
Caramel,
god. I love
and
stoop waffle.
cinnamon. There you go. There you go.
Now I'm
So-
super fucking jelly. I've never
I
been
thought you
toast
had
gel
this
before,
one.
but
Oh
I'm
my
fucking
god,
jelly.
it's jelly.
I thought you had this one.
Oats gel.
You never had this version last year?
No, that's awesome. I love stroopwafels.
Yeah. It's pretty tasty.
Yeah. Let's
Okay, so
let's say let's just say something really funny, Shannon. For the comical side, I left a job that made Pop-Tarts, and I went to a job where people get really high and then eat lots of Pop-Tarts. So it's weird. It's a weird transition.
it's like Pop-Tarts were meant to be a part of your life.
And this one is definitely
exactly
more boozy.
Yes.
This is definitely more. This is more boozy than the first version that I had from last year.
Is it actually really hitting hard?
Okay, I'm getting ready to. I'm getting this beer, but I'm gonna ask one question, and I need some order in the court. We're gonna.
Well, let me finish talking about my beer.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Where's your notebook? You always have to bring your notebook.
I'll get distracted if I get my notebook out by all the other questions I never got to ask.
Okay.
But no, it's definitely more bourbon. It's the oak. The other one popped with more flavor than this one here, but it's still got like that fudgy type feel to it. So
nice.
Not my favorite.
One's out, right?
This is the second one with the stoop waffle.
Stoop waffle, yes, yeah. And
Yeah,
some
yes.
waffle. Yeah.
Stoop waffle, cookies, coffee, caramel, and cinnamon. The other one had more of a cinnamon bite from the cinnamon, though.
I had that one at the brewery last year when we were up in Michigan, and it was really good.
Yeah. This one's almost a little more bitter, too, than the other one was, but still decent.
More kick to it.
Yeah. So we'll say the dragon keeps on.
Is it hop or char?
Is it what?
Is it like more hop or more char? Kind of a bitterness.
It's more like a bitter bite to it, but it's definitely more of a char type feel, though. You're not getting really the hop bite.
That one sounds really, really good.
Sweetness is there.
I got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Jealous. That sounds amazing. It sounds a really nice beer.
No, it's nice. We'll say the dragon keeps on rocking with this one. So we'll say
man. I'll tell you though, the star of the show for me is this one. This is definitely a crazy ass beer. The hop and broad, the chorus, the quasher. Jesus Christ. They will probably have this at Ventures Estates in Broadman, Ohio. Go check them out and say Joe and Jeff hi and make sure that you have a great time. Okay, bye.
You sound like a radio voice there.
Yeah, right? Well, he does have – Paul does have a very good face for radio. So, I mean, that might
exactly. I'm ugly.
That's not
Yeah.
There's a cow tongue. Well, it tastes like chicken. Shannon. He's saying that's a Shannon quote.
Ooh.
Shannon's not paying attention right now.
What'd you say?
JV's sitting there, cow tongue. Well, it tastes like chicken. He said that's what Shannon would say.
No, it did not taste like. It tasted like chewing on a chicken bone that was mushy, and you could taste you could feel all the taste buds.
I like those. Oh, crunch. Yeah, nice.
Speaking of taste like chicken, can we stop putting stuff on chickens all the time? Somebody says frog legs. Oh, it tastes like chicken. Well, then give me wings. Somebody says rabbit legs. Well, it tastes like people always say it tastes like chicken. Why does the chicken got to carry the bag for everybody else?
Because that's all.
I've had frog legs. I've had frog legs. They taste like chicken to a point, but they have a fishy flavor, so I can't say they taste like chicken. I've had rabbit. Yeah. Rabbit tastes almost like chicken, but has a woodsy pine vibe that doesn't taste like chicken, so it tastes like fucking rabbit. I've had pheasant. Guess what?
Tastes like rabbit.
It tastes like chicken because it's like a fucking pheasant. But everything else either tastes like turkey or tastes like goose or tastes like duck. So take this, it tastes like chicken, and go fuck yourself.
Like, stop saying everything tastes like chicken. But what doesn't taste like chicken is McRib. So stay tuned because word on the street is JV has a new McRib video coming out for the re-release this year. So if you're not following JV's channel, make sure to follow it to see the new McRib video. But go ahead,
Love
Shannon.
the McRib. That's awesome.
Okay, so my question. Which,
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get Liz this thing here real quick.
Okay.
Hated fried bologna until I went to Germany and got turned on to Leberkäse. It's the same thing but thicker and rots. Still won't touch Oscar though.
Yes,
Yeah.
but Germany and everything
good.
Germany is tastier. See, I love
Yeah.
tasty German food. Yeah, I will never say no to food in Germany.
Of course, when you're overseas, they actually tell you what's actually in the food versus here in the States.
It doesn't matter. I'm hungry.
And Ryan, no. Why you gotta bring up Rocky Mountain oysters? Nobody wants Rocky Mountain oysters. That I'm aware of.
Todd, yeah, goat nuts. Goat
I
nuts.
tell you what, if you ask my mom, she'll say I eat balls all day long. Let me just say that.
I mean, everybody knows that, Paul. Everybody knows that. No, but I will say,
Here.
tasty, actually. They're actually pretty good.
Oh,
I feel like they would have the texture of a chicken gizzard.
Tastes like chicken.
No. The chicken gizzard, because they're kind of like balls wrapped up in, you bite them and they're tough and then they pop.
That's what she said.
Tough balls. Yeah.
I mean,
You got to talk to him a little bit like, you dirty little bitch. Get out here. Like,
you got to massage them just a bit. And just
yeah, exactly. Like, come on.
Paul and the mother balls comment made me think of that video again with the dogs. It was like, "What's your name? You better be my mother. You better not bring my mother into it."
oh my God, I'm trying to think.
Sorry, I can't stand the question. She's gonna forget her pretty
Yes,
soon.
because I have devoured.
What about the cock and the balls that looks like a dick? What was that, Shannon?
But first of all, you see this big bold green envelope here?
Mm-hmm.
You know how
I
you
do.
know you're.
I do.
I went to the doctor and they were like, "You're 45. It's time for a colonoscopy. Here's the paperwork to schedule it." They make it bright green.
Is there a video?
And I'm glad this envelope came in. I've never even opened it up, but okay.
What's the bag? When they gave you a bag?
No, they gave me the envelope with the paperwork to schedule my
To
colonoscopy.
schedule everything.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
And I
No.
And then you have to drink that liquid all night long. Yeah, you're stupid.
see, that's not a me
Yeah.
problem because I'm not going to do it until
Until she gets cancer
Well,
and has to.
From a
Until you
guy
have
who's
to.
A little box. You just mail it in.
I started
You know what,
doing
from
it
a
as
guy
a
who's
hobby.
had a
just for
couple-
fun.
you guys should make a commercial about the importance of a colonoscopy.
The importance of a
do the box
colonoscopy in this day and age. I could do that. Your butthole's important, and I care about it. So let's take a look.
You wouldn't want Paul doing it because Paul will be talking from the butthole perspective. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would like.
No,
Yeah.
Paul would be the perfect person to do it.
I like
Now,
to
from a-
lick every ridge of your butthole.
Not.
Yeah, it's gonna
talking
be
from that
one of those weird
perspective.
ones.
Okay, I have another. We got to make
Oh,
this
now we're going on to something else.
No, we got to make this really quick because I got this question. But the other question: have you all ever had to be put to sleep for like any kind of procedure?
For
Yeah, of
surgery?
course.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
See, I've done it for my teeth to get a tooth pulled
Yeah,
or whatever.
mine
Because,
too.
but I'm like, I don't want to wake up. Well, they wake me up, and I'm like, ugh, like please put me back under. And so I'm like, if I go get
I woke up crying like a little bitch.
yeah.
That would be called enjoying the high.
Yeah.
I did. I cried like a little bitch.
You released
So-
it, and it felt good to release that.
You know what?
So one story I had is
I don't
You know what,
remember it.
Shannon?
Don't know.
I got put
From
under
a guy
my
who's
wisdom
had-
teeth. Go ahead, Shan.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, buddy. From a guy who's had several colonoscopies over the past couple of years, the
Oh.
worst part
It's
of
That's
a
a lot.
colonoscopy.
A couple of years. You have more than one in a couple of years. Like
Yeah, well, I know you
He's
guys, if
really,
you watch my
really,
channel, you
really,
see some
really
of my anyway,
old.
it doesn't matter.
It's
But the
the
worst
prep.
part of a colonoscopy is that shit that you have to drink before you go in. for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes you-
that stuff, that green shit you have to drink. Yeah,
That's-
then you shit it out.
That's the worst part of it. Honestly, it's the worst part of it.
That's what
I
always
find
heard.
it easier to do when I mix it with vodka.
Oh,
Well, that
there
might
you
help.
go. There you go.
That might help.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, and
They
then you
didn't
don't
say I couldn't.
burning, and
yeah.
you're trying to shit when there's nothing left, and
Yeah, I mean
seen
that's
it.
Oh, it,
like
it
every
finds
day
stuff
for
for you
me.
to shit out. Don't you worry.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I shove shit in there just to shit it out for fun. Like I'm good.
You do you, Paul. You do you.
Nerf
So for
balls
those,
and fucking peppermints and
Miss
yeah,
Bill,
a whole billiard ball set.
for those of you
What,
watching,
know.
for those of you watching that had colonoscopy on your bingo card that get talked about tonight, go ahead and mark that off.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. That's what you should do every week, Rod J. Have a bingo card of just random topics and do a bingo. That would be awesome.
Rod, do you realize what
That'd
you
be
just
awesome.
did? This
What?
could draw more viewers in. You could have a bingo card. You could be like, okay, submit your.
if this comes up, then mark it
You
off.
make a bingo
There you
card.
go.
for
I mean,
yourself and
I am
show
so
it to-
excited about the idea that someone might come to me and be like, Paul, be the butthole. I'll be like, hi, I'm your butthole.
Mark
Have
it
you checked
off.
me out lately?
Check
Because
it
I
off,
need to
check it
know.
off.
Like, I'm so excited about being someone's butthole. Yay!
Hey, you know
But
the most obnoxious buttholes I've ever seen. The most obnoxious buttholes that I see is a fucking cat. A cat's butthole is so obnoxious and in your face. Like if you have a
Well, yeah,
cat,
because it's an
All the
ass
time.
piece of shit. And it's
I
like,
think-
oh, by the way,
I
look
think-
at this. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Cool. Go away.
I think cats kind of know that as well, because any YouTuber I know that has a cat, the cat is always doing that on camera. Like I think the cat knows, like to put the butthole up on
yeah, look
camera.
at my
I've
butthole.
seen it with
Yeah.
I've seen it with Lep. I've seen it with Chatio. I've seen it with anybody that's had a cat. It seems like it happens.
Brian the Beer
See,
Scout,
the funny
same
thing is, like, you take an air wand, you shove it in there, and you blow it up, and it, like inflates for a little bit, and then pops everywhere. No, that's
Are you
a
talking
joke.
about
That's not
doing
real.
something
No, that's a joke. It doesn't really work.
Don't
Don't do that to your
Okay.
cats. Love your
Roll of
cats.
German
because
bologna
they're
and
beautiful.
thick sliced pecan wood smoked bacon and place it in the smoker. I'm almost intrigued. I actually am intrigued by that.
that sounds good.
I do like German
I
bologna.
am still working out something with Shannon here. When I get a chance to visit you guys, I want to make sure that Todd doesn't know I'm visiting you, and I want to get on a ladder and come up to those windows and stand behind him when he's doing his shit, and it's going to be fantastic.
It would.
Craig's up. Cheers, Craig.
You can't know.
It's going to be really good.
Okay.
Shut up, Paul. I know what you're saying.
Well, now I'm gonna have to.
I know what you're saying, yeah, but you don't know what I'm going to do it, do you? You don't know.
That might be the new segment there, JV. Gross foods I'll eat. Yeah.
No.
Oh, I'll eat lots of shit. I'm pretty gross.
We were in the beer news segment. We kind of got off the beer news stuff. Here.
Next time.
The thing is, like my best story is kind of like somber. I don't like my story. My story is we didn't have much money. We were really struggling as a family. We were still married back then. We had kids, and honestly, I ran the fuck over deer every time I could, and I ate roadkill for a whole year because I didn't have any money. I'm sorry to say it.
No, you do what you gotta do.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah.
That was shitty. That's the shittiest thing I ever said as a dad. But I did it, and we ate, and we were good. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Of course, if you were in San Francisco, apparently you could just walk into stores and take stuff now. So.
Oh, I can't do that. That's silly. But I ran the fuck over deer, and we ate all year long. So it is what it is. I mean, honestly, I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is.
No, I mean it's survival too, right?
I mean,
Family,
you should be proud of it.
provide.
You should be proud of it because you did what you had to do to survive.
They had a good meal every night. They got everything they needed. So
you should be
Cheers
proud
to
of it.
Josh. Last beer in the house. Drinking a fest beer from Sean, but you know it's International Stout Day, Josh. Just saying. You should be having a stout today.
yeah, you epic fail. Great, way to go. You're like a Canadian fucker, I know. Piece of shit.
Okay, I need to get this out because I'm going to go to bed. But the first
Okay,
thing,
get it out.
the
Bed is
cat
overrated.
buttholes- The cat buttholes. Have you ever noticed have you ever sliced a banana?
I was just saying, butter
No.
on the can.
Like sliced a banana.
I've sliced a
little
banana.
No.
What about it?
Slice a banana like it looks like a cat's butthole.
Kind of sort of does, yeah. I see.
Look at a cat's butthole. You think of like a little slice of banana.
So now you want to ruin the way bananas look to people?
Look,
The slice.
Shannon, you know I love you. I think you're an amazing person that I want to sneak around and see what falls out. But you really need to come up with something better than if you slice a banana the cat butthole thing.
No,
Come up with something better.
When I see it, that's
5. Wow.
But
I
okay.
mean-
I'm just saying, like, I get it. It's a hole in a hole. But
It's
like
when you
Hole in the bowl.
when you slice a banana, it's all light colored, and then the inside with the seeds in the middle of the banana, it's kind of dark.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like abstract art, maybe.
like honestly, I depend on you to say something that I'm gonna beat off to later.
Yeah.
You need to work harder at this.
Well, now you can
Okay?
get off to cats buttholes that look like
No, I
bananas.
refuse. I refuse this. I'm refusing it.
Yeah, like forget about that.
And this is what happens when
I'm
Todd and
still
Shannon get together.
I'm still back in
Paul
the
and
queue,
Shannon.
smoking a cigarette, whipping the fuck out of people. Like I can't get over this.
He
Yeah.
might have done it beforehand, but not now. He's mine.
Like, and
Okay.
then you just roll into like, oh, I gotta admit, like, there's a cat butt's hole. Like, I gotta go. I'm like, what was this?
Why are we still on the
Hey.
cats? Like, why? Like,
She
My
just like slides in like the Sandman from ECW, slamming a beer on her head.
You will
Cane
get
to
it.
sticking fucking Todd in the head and just walks off. I'm like, what happened? What
You'll
happened?
get it. The next time you see a cat's butthole, you'll think of a banana slice, and you'll be like,
well, I don't
"Oh,
have
that's it."
I don't have a cat, so it probably won't happen.
But you'll see
So-
one eventually. Might be
Well-
20 years from now.
Oh,
Be like, oh,
I guess
okay.
Then
I-
I'll say, oh, I forgot to get
Shannon,
bananas at the
I
store.
should have prefaced this. I'm sorry about this. I kind of tried to put it in the backside. About a week and a half ago, I tried that.
That cat reminded me I need a bananas at home.
Pretty much the only way you can offend me is if you.
About a week and a half ago, sorry, Shannon, I should have prefaced this. About a week and a
Don't
half
tell
ago,
Paul,
my
because
cat got
then
ran
Paul will go
over by a
for it.
car and got killed.
Oh
Don't tell Paul.
So, yeah,
See,
so
here we go.
Twilight's dead.
Ooh,
Twilight's my
I-
girl. That was my girl. She got killed. She got ran over by a car. So she got buried. So that's why I don't have a cat anymore. Twilight. Yep. Twilight.
No,
So yeah, about 6 years. I had her about 6 years. She got,
that
and then
sucks.
now she's not here anymore. She's here, but she's down there. So there you go. That's it.
Todd, what do you got
Yeah,
there?
right about there. Like about there. There she is. So anyway, I'm not gonna cry over it. It's stupid. So
It's okay.
we're good.
Oh, okay.
Animals
All
are
right.
the best
Yeah.
thing that a human could ever have. They really are.
Yeah.
Animals
Yeah.
accept us. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I never
that's what
fucked her. I'd
happens.
rather have that. So there you go.
yeah.
Without coupons, it definitely dries up.
Yeah, cutting coupons. I'll tell you what, my
Name
grandmother, that was her bane of existence. Cutting coupons. I'm just cutting coupons. I'm like, are you gonna buy that? No?
Are you
Then
gonna
why are you
remember
cutting the coupons
that?
for?
Are you gonna take it to the store with you? Yeah.
CVS, crazy.
Yeah. I got a rebate. Why did you buy 15 cans of fucking pureed squash? I got a rebate.
over.
Well, that doesn't mean you should buy it.
Right. That's what
That's
they always
what
say.
they-
Would I buy that? Would I want this if it wasn't on sale? Would I?
I got a rebate.
Why are we on guys' grocery games right now? We're a beer channel.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm leaving, but I gotta ask this last question.
No, I gotta
Okay.
do this comment.
Jesus Christ.
One more, Shannon. Come on.
All right.
And Josh.
It better be good. It better be good.
Paul, actually, Paul, I'm about to call you Red Beard Jr. Just relax.
Don't do that. I appreciate you stopping me before you did that. That would hurt me. That would hurt me.
We talked about the Anchorage earlier, but Josh, like, he can get them for like over $100 a bottle. Yeah, we talked about the Anchorage pricing being
If
crazy.
you go get me one more, I'll drink one more.
Ducks
Yeah.
are delicious as geese, but pheasant, quail. I wouldn't mind trying quail. I heard quail was always good, especially quail eggs. Make sausage stuffed duck egg pasta
Sounds really
raviolis.
rich.
That
They
sounds
sell
great.
like you can actually find here like a lot of stores that have like pickled quail eggs. They're pretty good. It's you could find them pickled though, pre-pickled, so it takes
Yep. Well,
Right.
the refrigeration part of it. Like if you're camping, you just buy them. You're good.
Milton wasn't too far from where Ryan, you're not too far actually from Paul. You're right almost at the border where you're at.
Oh,
there.
Tamaqua. That's like 40
Yeah.
minutes from my house.
So
So,
Paul,
if you want to hang out, do some shit, hook me up.
Overstuffed ravioli. I do like the overstuffed ravioli from Chef Boyardee. I don't eat it now, really, but
Yeah.
back in the day.
so Paul,
Pizza in
Oh,
a
by the
box,
way,
fried
I'm
cheese,
sorry it's in
stuffed
Tamaqua
bread,
because
and
it's a
no fat,
shithole.
mommy. See, I never heard of the Chef Boyardee pizza.
look at Shane up there. He's
I've never heard of this either. Like Chef 40 is like in Milton.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a pizza.
I
What are you
never heard of
talking
the
about?
pizza. I grew up right there in South Jersey. Never heard of pizza right across the
I've never
Delaware.
heard of a
Yeah.
Chef 40 pizza ever. Never.
Found cow tongue recipes just for Shannon.
To Ryan, if you can hear this now, I'm from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. So I'm literally like 25, 30 minutes away from you.
I've never been a big fan of Vienna sausage.
I used to love
My
Vienna
daughter, Morgan loves it. She loves that stuff. I've never
What
been
about
a fan of it either, but I love.
Yeah.
She loves it. But she's
Right.
also my kid. She's also stupid.
What, Shannon?
Anyway.
Jamie said, I don't like Scrapple
Nobody know
or play
better than-
Scrabble either. Scrapple or Scrabble. Oh, I took out a box of Captain Crunch and a fifth of Southern Comfort. The episode was over for the mix back then. That's a good little mix up there, Vanessa.
You do what you do. You do what you do.
They used the brains in Scrapple, Vanessa said.
That's not
He knows
true.
about
That's not true.
Josh knows about pork rolls because he's South Philly, so pork rolls, yeah, that's a whole different topic.
I've made Scrapple. We
yeah,
don't use the
you haven't had
brains.
Scrapple. Or Jersey, South Jersey at least. Scrapple is pretty common.
Oh, no, so you got
idea what
Joe.
pizza really
Joe
tastes like
in
for
Buffalo.
years.
Buffalo,
Yeah, he's in
New York.
Buffalo.
Pennsylvania.
But I don't think they do Scrapple in Buffalo.
Paul's in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
I thought you were in Canada.
Shane's in Canada.
What the fuck did you just say to me? What did you say? What did you say to me?
Or as Shane would say, Paul Brew News.
Yeah, I thought his name PA was for Paul, just
You
like
didn't
Looks
say
like a
I'm
brick.
looking. What the? I will.
Just me.
I will drink.
Ooh.
Those fighting words.
I
Those
know
are
about the
fighting
head
words.
cheese.
Right?
I wouldn't mess with the head cheese myself.
I got the
Yeah,
map of
Joe
Pennsylvania right
Thomas.
here.
Oh,
Right here.
Just
Pennsylvania.
put-
PA Brews, baby.
Bacon is always
Bob
good.
Ross.
to have.
PA Outdoor Couple. Right now. Oh my God. Like
What
Rod.
is that? Like a
you
band in the
didn't
woods?
teach me.
Is that like Chris Farley band down by the river? Oh no, I'm looking behind. I'm looking behind the screen. The screen
Lives
there.
in a van down
Oh,
by the
I'm a man down by the river.
American Pit.
Rod,
Love
they
you,
didn't know I was from
Pork
Pennsylvania.
Roast. No,
Like, what the
Pork
fuck?
Roast. They know
You're
that
talking about Canada and the exchange rate.
because Shane's in
I
Canada.
thought you were from Canada.
No, just me.
All this time you know Paul
That
uses
makes
in
sense.
Canada.
Sitting very politely.
Pork
That's
pork
right.
roll is a favorite.
That's
in
what we do.
Pennsylvania.
Yes.
That's what we do.
That's what I
Homemade Boston baked beans is good with
I
scrapple.
got
Sometimes we
I
turn,
got
sometimes
hurt.
we turned into the Food
I
Network
love
again tonight.
Canadians, but I wouldn't fit in as
Scrabble.
You'd be fine. Come
Not
on up.
Scrabble.
Come on up and visit.
Scrabble's
It's
the
okay.
game. Scrapple's the
Come
food.
Hey,
would
Shannon,
love to
you're more than welcome to come
Yeah.
up to the 2024 Brew Tubers convention up here in Niagara
Yeah,
Falls.
Soup waffle.
Yes. We
Yeah,
need to
up in
More than
Ontario.
welcome.
That's what we're supposed to
Yep.
do when we go to Mal for Mal's this year. Today.
I've had Dragon's Milk good stuff. Yes, indeed. I got another one here in a second. Pork Loaf was a 90s band whose lead singer OD'd on Scrabble and went mostly unnoticed.
Shane, where you at? Canada.
That's Emerson's jokes, people. That's his joke. Like, don't try to figure it out. Like, I think Shannon's like trying to read it and figure it out. Like, no, that's just Emerson putting it out there.
Yeah. Sometimes I realize, Shannon, you're not going to figure it out, so move on.
Sam's in the house. Cheers, Sam.
What's up, Sam?
Happy Friday to you, my friend. He's in the future.
Yeah, right. No
Cheers,
doubt.
Sammy. Dragon's Milk always available for my cellar steps. Cheers, Ryan. Cheers, folks. Hey, what's up, Arias? Another man. We got 3 Marylanders now with me in the house. Cheers, Arias. What's up? What's up? What's up? Long time no see, brother. Everything tastes like chicken. Why does chicken taste? Yeah, I mean, everybody puts everything on the chicken.
Oh
like,
my God, that's
they need to
such a
stop
good
doing
point.
that. Rabbits are tasty.
Everything tastes like chicken. What does
Rabbit
chicken
tastes like rabbit. Squirrel brain soup tastes like squirrel brains. I've never had squirrel, so I can't compare squirrel, but I've had rabbit. People say rabbit tastes like chicken.
Never had the brains either. So
Squirrel in the smoker tasty. Vanessa's had squirrel. Squirrel is like the country rat, though, right? Because the
I've had-
rat, the only difference between the
Yeah.
rat and the rat's in the city and the squirrel's in the country. But everybody puts a little fur on the squirrel and makes it like that much better.
No, it's a
You
rodent.
wouldn't eat a
It's
rat.
fucking-
Yeah,
you
you wouldn't eat a
either
rat,
get a
so why would
fur
you eat a
tail
squirrel?
or not fur tail. Fur tail or not fur tail. Fuck you.
Right. I mean, if you're going for the meat, I've seen some big rats and I wouldn't touch them, but you get more meat on the rat than you would a squirrel. I'm just saying.
Have you ever seen a
hunting in the city.
muskrat?
Yes. We got muskrats.
I have skinned lots of muskrat, and they're
Have you
still
ever
good to
cooked one
eat.
for a groundhog?
I have
Sure
eaten groundhog.
I've never
Have you
eaten
ever
groundhog.
confused
No.
a muskrat for a groundhog?
No, because I'm not stupid.
Well, you just have. That's not a fair statement because if you never seen a muskrat,
One has a bear tail, one has a fucking short
Technically-
tail.
Technically, it would be stupid.
One
It'd be
is on the
ignorant, because
road,
ignorance
one is
not
on the
knowing,
creek.
So it'd be more ignorant than stupid.
I'm just saying. One has a short tail that is furry. One has a longer tail that is not furry. One is by the road,
I've had
and one is by
zero.
the creek.
I've had
Yeah.
0 colonoscopies.
Well,
Hey,
see,
Vanessa,
now
I'm
getting
I'm
a colonoscopy because I got all these
Are you
questions
saying that you
asked.
put a groundhog or a muskrat in your butthole at some point in time, and that's why you know the
Hey,
difference?
You're making it too complicated.
That was a gerbil.
I was you thought I was from Canada. You thought I was from Canada. Like, I've talked to you many times, and you thought I was from Canada. I'm so upset right now.
he's not.
Wait
Paul
a
is
minute,
not
there's
nice
short-
enough to
there's-
be from Canada.
There's a short version for a colonoscopy? There's a short version?
That's
There
a
is a short
compliment, not a diss.
It isn't.
I just-
It's not a compliment. I'm from Pennsylvania. That's a compliment. This is horrible.
I'm gonna go
I
get
guess
back
I
to
have
Vanessa's
to
question
say-
really quick. She asked how many colonoscopies you've had since 1991. I want to change the
Mhm.
date. Since 2021, I've had 3.
It's only like
So
2
do you
years.
have a history?
Wow.
I'm well aware. I'm well
Yeah.
aware.
You did the math, I know. Just say it out loud.
Okay, Paul, I'm sorry I offended you by being from Canada, but it's not like I said I thought you were Russian. You know,
I'd rather take that than Canada, because the Canadians are pieces of shit that need to get colonoscopies every 5 minutes.
Pennsylvania, so you know, there's that.
I just feel like you don't understand people from Canada because you're
I understand people from Canada. They're sexually frustrated and need to get a lot of colonoscopies because they're not from America. I get it. It's okay.
Hey, and they don't have to pay $10,000 to get.
Yeah, exactly. So they get frustrated because they gotta fucking jump on dildos all the time. Well, whatever, fuck them.
Hey, you
Oh,
be
wow.
nice. You be nice.
I am nice. I'm always nice.
Don't
I
Ryan,
like shit.
he's at 5 since 91. Wow.
What Shane
Ryan's
wants to
younger
do
than
with
me. I can't
his
believe you're
private
5
life, I
though.
don't care. I just think he's a top bloke, and I want to give him a hug.
We were
See, that
going.
makes
We're
me
headed.
think
We're,
you're from Canada,
we're headed
but
toward a
you wanna give
colonoscopy
people
reunion at
hugs.
some point. The way things are going here.
Really, right?
Yeah, every 2 years, but some years they. Do
I
more
don't
than
I don't
2
know
a
what
year.
fucking position I'm gonna find, Shane, but we're gonna hug somehow.
You're gonna
All right,
figure
sounds
it
good, man.
out.
Well, apparently Liz
Might be
said.
ass
Well,
to
Paul.
ass, but we'll figure it out.
Liz had the
through
weed
the
to help.
mail, Paul.
Liz had the weed to help her get through it. So yeah, apparently this is like common. I mean, you're supposed to do it, I guess, after a certain age, but
I feel like
both
Liz
kids.
is just
Ooh,
smoke weed.
so Ryan got it from both
Smoke
ways
weed.
as well.
I love Liz's energy.
On the
When
lower
we
head
met
is
Liz, I'm like, yes, I love her energy.
That time
She-
Paul
Yeah,
shit
this is
out
super
of
cool.
fingers.
This is super cool. Yeah, for sure.
I think so. Anyway.
Like
Fried
Liz was
bananas.
fried bananas, like kitty
Ooh,
cat's butt.
37 is dropping.
Oh.
Stop with the butthole of the bananas.
Yeah, right. You're right.
That's old for it.
I
That's old for a
expect
cat,
most
right?
people. Yeah, I expect most people to hate on me in the comments, so it's okay.
26 years old for a cat. That's kind of old, right?
That's fucking ancient.
Cat says banana was
That's Oh my
Gilbert's
God,
in the house.
I
Gilbert made it. Cheers,
would
Gilbert.
say that he just made
Yeah,
Hey,
we're
there's
good.
Mal. Mal, I think he tried to
No,
join in, but
it's
it
about
said like it
fucking
wasn't connected.
time with your big
She's
Morris
at
schedule. I'm
Goose
a
Island.
big brewer. I'm a big
she's at
brewer.
Goose
I do
Island.
brewer things. I can't make it here because I'm such a brewer.
You can see Paul's little turn up tonight. Hey, Mal and Chew. There's a woodchuck currently living under the front yard shed next to the driveway.
And it probably looks like a muskrat, doesn't it? So it's not that
It's a
hard.
groundhog. It doesn't look like a muskrat.
But you can get rid of the woodchuck, right?
What are you talking about? Like, what's
How much wood?
happening now?
If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
How much
Do you
wood
have,
would
check,
like,
woodchuck?
honestly, that big ass folder that you have, do you have a better question than that?
Yes,
Like we haven't
I
gotten
do.
to the question, not yet. I'm finishing the
Oh.
comments. But get your bus checked, Liz said, because
Come on,
Absolutely.
like I want pictures, videos. I want update, and I want to do your narration of your butthole check. I want to be there when things happen.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, if
I
you
want
want
to be
to
the
be there when
voice
I
of
have
your
to
check.
when I evacuate my
Five
bathroom.
I've never had. I could never envision having this many colonoscopy comments on a beer live stream in my life. I would have never came up with the number.
If you want to pick a sound, cohesive, non,
On one
you
hand,
know,
I'm happy about all. On one hand, I'm
narration
happy
for a
about all the
butthole
health
check.
awareness of all the viewers. Everybody's all being
I want to put
healthy
myself in
and
right.
careful. But I'm like, damn, there's a lot of colonoscopies taking place.
That's how you know when we're getting old. We all talk about our.
You're right, Shannon. You're absolutely right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I want to be the blow by blow.
That's I had a trigger ball. I said, there's no problem. I just pick it up and drink it. Yeah, there's no problem there, you know.
I mean,
What, drinking? That's fine. I'm good.
No problem. That's funny.
TMI.
TMI. I don't know if we ever get
Question
TMI
mark,
on this
question
channel.
No,
we get
no.
responses
I've never told you anything to AMI on this motherfucking podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got to be younger than us.
Brian, Brian, if you want to get TMI, why don't you come up for a weekend, buddy? You're not too far away. I'll sit you down. I'll face fuck your fucking throat, and we can send you back to your home safe.
I'm just gonna say you can go up there, but you might want to think deliverance. That's all I'm gonna say.
You will be.
It's not in the South, but you still may have that little guitar boy playing out in the front porch.
What was it, Warner Brenner or whatever? Like you'll Warren Beatty. You will be Warren Beatty at some point in time when you're up here.
Yeah, that was
yeah. All right, I'm going into my third Dragon's Milk Reserve.
Oh,
here.
what's that one?
This is the 2022 number 3. So this one was also bottled in 2022. It is the barrel-aged stout with chocolate, marshmallow, and graham crackers. So this one came in at 11% as well.
Another chucker. Awesome. That's awesome. I was so looking forward to having you do this beer. That is awesome.
Or like that's always my question with the stouts. Is the barrel aged?
Oh yeah, barrel aged. Oh yeah.
Oh, I am so happy that you tried this. I hope it's amazing.
Don't fear the wood. Don't fear the wood.
It sounded. By the way, I'm just saying it sounded a bit thin, but at the same time, it sounded really tasty. It did sound really tasty.
But see, Rod, the Dragon's me go back to my question that I wanted to ask originally.
Now you can ask your question because I caught up on comments. So
Okay.
There you go. Ask it now.
Ask it.
He said Ryan said he'll be up there for Thanksgiving and Christmas visiting a fam. So maybe a meetups can be in place somewhere.
Yeah, I'll fill you like the Thanksgiving turkey, little bitch.
Don't think that's the feeling he was looking for, but it's good we've had it. Yeah, this is
It's not
really
the
good.
gift that keeps on giving that you was thinking of, I'm sure.
I keep coming every time.
Shannon, ask your question.
Okay.
God damn it, Shannon. We're waiting.
Hey, everybody listen. We're gonna do this. Because
Linda.
Hey, I'm talking to you too.
We've been waiting.
I'm not gonna ask my question.
No, ask it, Shannon.
I want to hear it, Shannon.
I want to see you give
I want to hear
Kyle 5 across the lip if he says another word.
Well, here's the deal. If you want me to ask the question, we have to do this in order. And we have to respect each other's answers, and we have to go one at a time and not interrupt each other. So Rod will answer first, Shane will answer second, Paul will answer third, Todd fourth, me fifth. Do we understand the instructions?
Yes, ma'am.
Rod,
Yes, teacher.
you don't understand the instructions.
I will suck your dick.
Okay, Rod.
Yes.
Name.
The worst after school special ever.
But it's just the beginning. Sometimes you got to keep watching, and then it's the best after school special. So, Rod, name one place you visited that made you feel like you need to live there.
Oh,
One place
okay.
I visited.
Name one place you visited that made you feel like you need to live there.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
Because you think, where would you want to live? And then you think of all these crazy places you've never went to. But
The only place you've been to.
you've all,
probably
yeah.
Probably the best place I've been to.
That you would want to live.
But the problem with one that lived there is like dealing with all the bullshit around it. Because I would say the best place I've ever been to that was such an experience to be kind of cool would probably be New Orleans.
Okay.
But knowing how Louisiana politics and shit are, I wouldn't want any part of that state. But the city,
you wouldn't want a part of a giant flood.
If I could separate the city from, if I could take that city part off of the state and just have that, then I would, like New Orleans. Close up would be Chicago as a second because of some of the environment there, but New Orleans would probably be number one.
All right, Shane.
My God, this is so tough.
And it's okay to say where you're at. I mean, you could just say I'm happy where I'm at too. That's an option. You've been there.
No, I would rather move. Places that I've actually been to,
yes.
I would have to say Dominican Republic. Because you know why? Because it doesn't snow there. Yeah. And I'm a horrible Canadian. I'm a horrible Canadian. I hate snow. I absolutely hate snow. But
do you have a north or south?
What's that?
North or south?
Of what? Dominican Republic?
Canada?
Dominican Republic. North or south?
Probably north.
Well, the place you've been, have you been to North or South?
Have I been to where? Sorry?
Have you been to the North Dominican Republic and the South?
Yeah, I was in the north. Yeah, I was in the north part. But a very close second would be Stowe, Vermont.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, really? But you hate snow.
That was really nice.
There you go.
I understand there's snow there, but
I guess no.
There's great breweries there, man.
It's funny because Shane said Dominican Republic. Shane said Dominican Republic, and I thought Dominican Republic, but then I'm like, it's a third world country. That's the only thing. It's like a third world country. Like once you're off the resort, everything changes. Yeah.
You are rich there, though.
But it's not.
True.
It's not
very true.
Coming in as an American, you'd be rich down there. You can do a lot of stuff.
That's what I mean.
This is just our dreams. It's not going to happen.
Dominican Republic is nice.
It's
Yeah.
just the feeling part where you felt at home at.
All right, now it's Paul's turn.
Yes, Paul.
Oh, hi, I'm Paul. I would say for me,
Oh, hi, I'm Paul.
I'm Paul. That's me. Hi, I'm Paul.
This is an AA.
I would say because let's say if I had the money, right? If I had the money,
It's
I
not
would
that
live in
deep.
Paul. What?
It's not that deep.
No, it's where you've been.
No, if I had the money, I'm just saying, if I had the money, I would live in Paulsbo, Washington, 100%. Paulsbo, Washington is an amazing. It's actually on the Puget Sound. It's a nice peninsula port. It's actually near Kingston. It's actually in Liberty Bay, and Paulsbo, Washington is a beautiful Viking style town where all the businesses in the town are local. So it's Tootsie's Europub, Tootsie's Bakery. It's a very, very, very nuanced kind of place that you just need to visit if you haven't been there already. Paulsbo, Poul SBO, Paulsbo, Washington is something that everybody needs to go to. The Marina Market looks like a 7-Eleven. However, the Marina Market is full of places where you can get like definitely different European treats, candies, liqueurs, and the back wall is nothing but amazing craft beer from all over the world. You definitely need to get Paulsbo, Washington, and the Puget Sound if you haven't been already there. And I should have did this in my commercial voice. Here we go. But no, Paulsbo, Washington is.
So Paul, when did you go there? When were you there?
I was there back in 2016, and I was there 2 times with Liberty Kasem, Casey Kasem's daughter, when I was dating her. So I was there, just enjoying life.
Don't answer before I get back.
I'm not fucking joking. Casey Kasem, from Scooby Doo, and I was out there, and I had an eye patch on because I blew out the retina of this eye. So I had an eye patch on. So I was in a Viking village. I had an eye patch on, having a good time, getting good sex, and the fucking food was great. The people were great. The beer was fucking fantastic. But the one thing is, though, I did get a sense of you need to be in the monies to enjoy this place. It's not. I work at fucking Subway and I love it here. You know what I mean? Like I got a little bit of that, and that's why I say like if you
matter, right?
What's that?
I said you were dating a Kasem, so it didn't matter, right?
No, I didn't. It didn't matter. But like if you had that,
not for
like,
that week, because we were in the top 40 that week.
Right now, there's about like 6 or 7 brewing companies in that area too. So it's a definitely enjoyable place. There's lighthouses, Gambrel Mill Lighthouse. They have that the Keystone State Lighthouse. Keystone, Washington has an amazing ale house. The whole place, and of course the Olympic Forest is like an hour away. It's amazing. However, that whole area, you demand money to live there. So if you had the point where like I easily make $200,000 a year, you could buy a place there and live comfortably. That's not really the norm across America. So there you go.
For the common person, what's that close to geographically wise?
Common person geographically for me, or like what's the next place?
Like is it near like Spokane or somewhere? Like what's
is that close to something?
From Pennsylvania. From Pennsylvania, that's a 6-hour plane trip directly west.
No, where's
so 6
the
hours
town of Washington there?
Where's the town of Washington?
Like is it near Seattle?
Yeah, it's Paulsbo, Washington, and the Puget Sound. Paulsbo, Washington, the Puget Sound, about 6.5 hours. It's a little bit north of Seattle. Seattle is a great, by the way, if you ever travel into Portland, don't go into Seattle. Go into Portland and then go afterwards. Do not fly to Seattle. Fly into Portland. Portland has 3 brewing companies. flights of beer that you can buy and take on the plane. It's amazing. You have to fly into Portland. Do not fly into Seattle because
That's what I was asking.
wherever you go, have a great beer trip. You have to fly into Portland. Don't fly into Seattle. Even if it's closer, it's only that another 30 minutes. It's fine.
Right. But Paul, so this, I didn't realize this was a set, but Rod and Shane gave their answer, and then they gave like a B, and like the second place that they would want to live after that.
Yeah, and the second place for me would be Kentucky. For Kentucky.
Really?
Bourbon?
I love Kentucky. I absolutely love it. I love traveling around it. I love visiting the areas. I like the price. I like the pace. I like the people. I like everything about Kentucky. I like what's that?
What part of Kentucky?
Frankfort, Kentucky. Like right in the heart of Kentucky where the capital is. Around that place, I hit Lexington. I hit a couple different places. It's the pace is my style. The price is my style. I stay away from the bourbon places because of course that's an attraction, so you stay away from that. But we hit like my friend and I one day we had 19 brewing companies the same day. It's stupid. Yeah. It's so crazy how local everything is. The prices are good. When we went there in 2019, the gas was $1.68 a gallon. We went to cookouts and we didn't pay more than $2 a thing for the menu. Like it was just like, yes, this is what I want: slow, happy, drunk, and fed. That's what I want. Yeah, so honestly, that's the only place except for Pennsylvania. I love Pennsylvania. I gave you my two other than Pennsylvania places, which is around Frankfort, Kentucky, and then Paulsville, Washington, and that's it. And I'll never give you another place because I've never been there.
I love it. See, and then I'm like, I was thinking, I think you might know my answers, but I have no idea. Where would you want to live? Places we've been.
That we've been?
Well, or
that
you've been.
No,
you got to give it an A and a B.
No, I was like.
You travel up next to me, you're going to say my place. I'll tell you that.
No, I was thinking. I've never been, but I wanted to go. But no, so when I was 12, I went to
San Francisco.
San Diego.
San Diego, okay.
San Diego.
Which was amazing back when I was 1987. But if I had a place to go back to, from what I remember, like I would go back to experience it now. Like I feel like it'd be the place to go because I feel like in daytime.
Would you want to pick that, like to live?
Of all the places I've been to,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
sure.
so that's your A answer. Where would be your second place that you would want to? Because I just had one place, and then they were like, they had the second.
But you don't got to do it.
Second one.
Second place would be tough. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
And just be on vacation.
No. I'm thinking someplace you want to go live. Is that what you're saying? Like, want to go stay at?
But where have you felt like this land is calling my name?
Ribs.
And I feel at home here.
No.
I bet you want me to go and then
I know what you're
What do you think my first answer?
No, go ahead. I know your first answer would be Jamaica, probably.
No, Michigan.
Oh well, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Michigan, Holland, Michigan.
Things like Michigan.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that's good. I got like 3 or 4 places.
Michigan would be my number one because you have the beach.
What part of Michigan? New Holland?
Holland, Saugatuck, Zeeland or Zeesville or what. I mean,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just like in the area, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from the beach. And I don't need to get into the water. I just need the water and the sky and the sand just to sit there and see the beauty and the stars.
She did say, you said Holland, and that reminds me of my question. She did say that. She said New Holland. And she's like, oh, you said Holland. That reminds me of my question. So right, I figured that.
The Dragonsville kept making me, I'm like, Yes, and that's what made me think of this question, because Michigan, when we went up there, because we went together, and then I went on a girls trip, and it was just like beautiful, and I love the snow, and but my second place would be Tennessee, and like Rod, I get the political part, because I'm like,
I get that. Yeah, I get
and
that.
I get
yeah,
why
I get
you
that.
said that now, because as soon as I was like Tennessee, I'm like, yeah, but I don't really like. That would be a reason. I'm like, ah.
What did he say about Tennessee?
My probably second place. That you
Not
said
to,
that.
I was talking about Louisiana, just the politics, but Tennessee has some issues
Right.
with politics too.
Tennessee,
Yeah,
it makes me think twice about Tennessee because of the politics. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
But
pause-
at the same
pause-
point,
also-
like Paul says Kentucky. I hate some of the Kentucky politics, but it still was a nice state to live in.
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I hate Pennsylvania politics, but I love living here.
Yeah.
Right.
How
Yeah.
am
my
I the
second
only
one
person
might
that
be
picked a
Texas.
tropical place to
Yeah.
live in?
It's kinda
I told you I thought
there.
Dominican
Because
Republic, but
you're a
it's a
fucking
third
worthless Canadian
country.
piece of shit.
I looked at the Dominican Republic of not being in the resort, but kind of being
I mean,
at the
I've been
third
there for
world
like a
part of the
short
country, and that kind of
been
put
there,
me off a
so-
little
But
bit.
it's beautiful.
But to
and
go there is beautiful. It's great to go.
You're like,
I love
"Fair."
See, now
Dominican
my
Republic.
my big lifelong plan is to retire in Belize. Actually,
Oh,
I really
That's what I
hate to
wanna do.
let you know this, but like the Republic is the places where all the women have Adam's apples. I'm just saying.
Paul gets confused easily. Yeah, yeah.
that's like you're thinking
Paul
of
doesn't
like
want
Fiji
crying
and-
game to happen to him. He's being very
Trinidad.
careful.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
When you go down low, just to check it out, make sure.
That's right. That's
Which
right.
is funny. All these years later, I still remember. I still remember that movie. Just saying.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Traumatized.
yeah. I can still remember the look on Forrest Whitaker's face when he found out that she was a he. Yeah, he was not. Yeah, caught him off guard.
Before it was cool. Before it was cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it was actually a thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if I didn't have a family and people I care about in this area, I wouldn't stay anywhere. I'd just like hop
Float around.
around. I'd have an RV. And if
wouldn't.
I wasn't a woman to be worried about my safety all the time,
No, I would
and I could just get an
Yeah.
RV and go park in a parking lot or a park like
No,
a
I'd totally do that if we could do that.
Yeah.
I'd totally do that.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go fucking.
But here's the thing. I'm like, that would be great for me and Todd when Kylie's got her life. We could just get an RV. And I'm like, no, because we wouldn't be able to I need my space sometimes to decompress. And I can't, and you're in an RV, I can't go in the other room.
That's when you go for a walk.
Get your
or
own
something.
RV.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes, we could
Ma-
get two
Get
RVs.
matching RVs. If you buy two, you could probably get a
That's
deal. You get a
amazing.
pink one and a blue one.
Love that idea. Love
There you
that.
Time for me to do a little
problem, Paul.
shilling. Todd, Shannon, have you watched PA Outdoors Couple yet? PA Outdoors Couple.
Outdoors couple.
Outdoor couple.
Yeah,
PA.
yeah, that's
outdoor
us. That's us. We go camping in the back of
No,
a
I've
truck.
couple. Yes, no, I've seen some of those. Yes.
But who's the other
Make
half
sure
of the
you
couple?
subscribe, comment, and like
I think
because we're going. We actually did the Dart of Destination here soon. Let me just move it over here. The Dart of Destination of the PA map, and
I know you're very proud of
we
Pennsylvania.
got down here. We got the southwest corner of PA. We're going to November and doing some truck camping in the middle of November. So it's going to be cold. Hopefully, it's going to be snowing. A good time there. A couple things, but yeah, check it out. So we did our dart throw. We do a dart throw where we hit the dart and then we flip a coin. Whoever start one, that's where we go to.
What?
And we do that every month. We
There
just
you
do
go,
a random
Paul.
dart throw.
That's a fun way to do it.
I thought
Yeah, it's fun.
But I just subscribed to it, so.
Vanessa said Alaska, 30 miles south of the Arctic Circle on
Yeah,
the
outdoors
western edge,
couple.
because she's been all over there.
Who's the other part of? Who's the couple? Who's?
Ryan said Savannah.
Is
Savannah's
it
a
in-
nice
is
area.
it
I've never
in
been to
New
Savannah, but I wanted to get down to it.
Here.
No. I don't think no.
Or Maine, Bangor, Maine. There you go.
Oh, I'd love to go there.
Ooh, Beaverton, Washington. Ryan said, "Oh, Bremerton, Washington."
Oh, Tennessee is so beautiful. Michigan.
Great places for like home since I lived there a month at a time, and I have
I wonder if
Washington.
anybody ever comes here and thinks it's beautiful.
Probably not.
Yeah, that'd be fair. I mean,
Leavenworth, Washington. Okay, I'll stop. You gotta have the money.
Do you remember?
Lizard's Berlin or Drake's Island, Maine.
When I was working.
Can I just say something real quick? Everybody from not from Pennsylvania, stop moving here, you fuckers.
Wake up.
They're all coming to wear hoodies like what you call them? Fetterman. I was just watching on the past a few weeks ago visiting fam.
I know that.
I'm so lucky. I get
visit the last 5 states to yet be in. Yeah, Vanessa, you've been all over. Hey, what's up, Big Daddy in the house? Sipping a PB.
Big Daddy in the house.
Big Daddy, it's International Stout Day. You don't have a hot butcher laying around, Stout? Just saying. Politics was a big reason I left New Orleans. Yeah, but it's such nice scenery down in New Orleans. It's just a lifestyle that's comfortable in the music and the food and the culture. And
I would absolutely love to try a big stout from them.
Yeah.
From Hot Butcher, that would be amazing.
Have you got any Hot Butcher beers or?
No, I've never had a Hot Butcher beer.
Apparently, they got another round
They're
right
awesome,
now. We're
dude.
sending out beers. They've been sending out. I know Matt got some recently, and then I think Kyle may have got some, and some other people. So
I'm a huge like Josh fan. Apparently, they have a Megalodon beer. Apparently, they have a huge stout. Breweries don't send me beer anyway. They never have. They never
crack it next.
Well, I got
now, sometimes you just fall into it. Now he's going to crack a fat bear. There you go. Now you're on it, my friend.
There you go.
3 best cities.
Now we're talking. Yeah, that's a great.
Manchester, New Hampshire, metro population 425.4% of Gen X.
Okay.
Portland, Maine, Metro 547.
Oh,
Gen Xer, so 9.
Okay.
York, Pennsylvania, population 454. I don't know if I want to go where there's a lot of Gen Xers though. I mean, I'm a Gen Xer. I just don't know if I want to go around more. I mean, I like Gen. I mean, I've got a fun. I'm fun, happy being a Gen Xer, but I also know our generation are dicks too. So it's kind of
you're like a baby boomer. You want to hang out with baby boomers?
No, I just don't want too many dicks in the room. You know what it is? It's just like that's how our generation is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The more you get away from people, the more you can use that dick energy. There, I'm the only fucking store in town.
I've learned myself over the years. Yeah, I'm kind of a dick on a lot of things. Yeah, I mean that's just me, but that's like a lot of Gen Xers are that way too. Because we went through so much, we've seen so much. We're used to growing up the way we grew up that it's just like there's not much you can really tell us and stuff that we can't figure out or handle, and then we just tell you to kiss our ass and move on. So that's just how we are as a generation. So
I just love all the generations because they can see things how I don't see them. And then
you love all the generations. You love like when some of the Z's and the millennials and they go, you don't know how to read. You can't figure it out yourself. You got to come ask me every little thing.
It's a little frustrating, but I'm also like, well, you are living in a generation that I haven't. So maybe I can learn something from you as you can learn something from me. You know?
Possibly, but we're used to being self-educated.
But maybe not. But
I mean, we're just a generation used to self-educating ourselves. And if we can't figure it out, we'll figure it out, right? Like we'll go in and put the work in. It's not like a generation where it gets handed to you all the time. Like
that is
some
one
of the younger generations, it's been handed to them. Like they're expecting always somebody to hand them something. It's like, no, figure it out. It's like, you know, where I work, sometimes people put stuff up there. It's like, do you not know how to go to the site to find the information? Stop asking for the answer. And people just stop giving them fish and teach them how to fish. Our generation, we learned how to fish.
So I started a new position in my job.
Exactly.
I started a new position in my job, and so I went to Indianapolis to get trained. And I was there, and I'm like thinking, well, okay, I kind of already know all this stuff. And then it was the big bosses were there, and they were like, do you feel like you needed this extra day? And I'm like, I don't, because I didn't say I've not learned anything because I already knew all this stuff. But I told him, I was like, I don't know what I don't know. I'm like, there might be things I don't know I need to learn, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, so, I mean, go over the things you think I should know. And because I don't know what I need to learn, that's why I'm here to learn, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
like
just,
Yogi Bear. You don't know
Right.
what you need to know until you
Yeah.
need to
It's
know.
gonna be a big learning experience for me when I narrate the whole colonoscopy. It's gonna be weird
like,
for me.
if I knew what I needed to know, then I wouldn't be here,
Yeah.
you know? So,
But sometimes you go to stuff that you already
Here
know
we
the
are.
stuff, and it's like, why am I here?
Why am
Right.
I
It's like,
here? Here we
Right.
are.
like
Yeah.
I already know
Why
this stuff.
ask
Why?
why?
It's like there should be like degrees. Like, okay, if you're past this level, you don't really need to come to this meeting. Don't just put
Right.
everybody in the meeting.
Oh,
You're right.
meetings. That
Yeah.
is the big
Yep.
thing. Since I started this new job, I waste half of my fucking day in meetings, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
could be getting so much shit done right now.
Trying to listen to y'all.
Yeah.
But I'm in this
dumbasses.
meeting that's not giving me any new information that I need to know.
Oh, I know.
And I'm
There's a
like,
lot of things I've learned about meetings. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can be sent via email, and I'm okay. You don't need to
Oh
have
yeah.
me here.
Exactly. Exactly. Like,
Most of the meetings at Kellogg's could have been emails.
Yeah.
they're not only wasting our time, they're wasting their money.
no, but in the
They're
same
wasting
sense,
theirs
like,
too.
you waste my time and you're getting on me for wasting time.
Well, and they're wasting their money
No,
by
that's-
me being
yes,
there in that
yes.
meeting when I could be.
I'm like,
getting
you
shit
could have
done.
just sent me the PowerPoint, and I would have went
Yeah.
through the PowerPoint myself, because it's not really that hard to pick up on the stuff
Or
you're
not.
doing.
You're never
And I
gonna
hate
get-
the people that read the PowerPoints and have to go to every little word and shoot over it. You can go over it. You don't have to hit every little word on your little PowerPoint. Just
You're
kind of
right.
move it through. You don't got to
Yes.
go through that.
Hit-
And then
hit
they
the
sit there.
bullet
Any
points.
questions? That
Bullet
isn't that
points.
not the most awkward feeling in a meeting? And they're like, any questions? And nobody says jack.
Because they
And
want
they're
to
like,
get
nope.
out of the meeting.
And they're like, no questions? Like, no. Bye. See ya.
Gotta go.
We're
gotta
done.
go. Got shit to do. Let's go.
And they sit there
Go.
waiting for someone to ask a question. And somebody's finally like, oh, I thought you did a good job. Really? That's not even a question.
Streamline.
That's not even a question. That's just a pat on the back. You could have just emailed that.
Streamline.
Yes,
Streamline
exactly.
for efficiency. Streamline it for efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah. And then people start scratching their head trying to come up with the question. It's just like, no. It's like, not every meeting needs to be a meeting. That's always been my thing about working in corporate. Like, every meeting does not have to be a meeting. And you
Exactly.
find when you go to many of these meetings, that's the case. It's just like, this is something that could easily been emailed out. Memo, blah, 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 blah. We'd all been good for it. We'd all been able to get our stuff.
I did the exact opposite. I was like, okay, okay, bye. Any questions? No. Good. Well, God damn it. What do you want? Yeah, it's stupid. I just said it. Fuck off. And I was like that.
And there's the
Like,
other ones where you're in those
talk
meetings,
to
and
me.
it's like, there's always like a guy on some team that like asks questions just to ask questions because they want to have their voice heard. And it's like, any questions? And like the team pretty much looks at the one guy and he asks something. It's like, are you
Like,
freaking kidding me?
Shut up.
Shut up. Let me leave. Well, I'll tell you what, from 9 till 11, I was in meetings. And
Yes.
if you're only working till 3 or 4, that doesn't give you a lot of time to do anything because all those meetings populated about 8 hours of work for you.
You
But you're like,
cut out
it's
half
good.
of my work day to get stuff done. Yes.
And you're like, okay, now I have another 8 hours of work to do, but in 4 hours. Fun. Let's do this.
It's like, you
Or
backed
the-
me up on the
The
day
next
here with
meeting
this
is,
meeting.
why didn't this all get done in time? I just don't know. I don't know.
Because we're in meetings
Maybe-
for 4 hours. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's all good.
But then if you say anything, you're not the team player. So
Oh no, no, I got that. I started doing. The best thing they did that helped me get out of those meetings. I started doing. That's what she said jokes. Everything's backed up right now. That's what she said. Okay, Paul, you can leave
We're
now.
done. We're done.
That's what he said. Do a couple of those,
Listen, guys,
and everybody go clean it up. Good, I can do my work now. Bye.
Shane wants to
hold
say
on, hold on.
No, I'm just letting you guys know I'm heading out. I got some stuff to do tomorrow. So I'm going to go and walk my pet moose. And because it's November, I have to get an early start on building my igloo tomorrow.
Aw, love it,
So-
love
That
it.
moose.
What's your pet moose's name?
Hey, everybody
You
up here
have
has a
a
pet
moose?
moose. Have you guys never been up here? We all have pet mooses.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I gotta start the igloo.
Oh, that's
His
funny.
name is Maurice. Maurice the Moose.
Maurice.
Oh my
But yeah, hey, great
God,
hanging out with you guys. Thanks a lot, Jay, for having me on.
Maurice.
They call him a reason somebody should
We like
listen.
a big old
Yeah.
hug with Maurice.
Hey Shane, can I ask one question before you leave?
I want to take Maurice for
Sure,
a
buddy.
walk.
Of course.
Are you gonna
Moose
drink a
is
stout
big.
tonight?
I wish I had a pet moose.
I drank
don't
the
want to
stout. I drank it just before the show. It's right here. Look, it's empty. It's open. It's
No
cracked. It's empty.
pictures,
Go watch
no
the review
proof,
on my channel. For
motherfucker.
God.
I'm sorry. Like I
Let's
could
see.
say that I had sex with fucking Cameron Diaz, but guess what? I don't have a fucking video, asshole.
Because
So just
it
walk,
is
okay?
International Stout
Walk,
Day. It is International Stout
walk.
Yeah, but I got a video of me drinking this though. I got a video of me.
Shane
drinking
was
this.
early. She was
Roll
early.
no,
down,
no, no.
roll
Anyway, great to see you
down.
guys.
Shane.
All right,
I need
Shane.
to
That was
I
a-
need to teach you a lesson
Yes, yes.
that is the secret to my happiness.
Don't listen to the PA Brew News.
No, if you know what happened and you're okay with it, you don't have to convince
Right?
anybody else. You're at peace. You know. Don't let people ruffle your feathers. Be calm and at peace with yourself.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, I
You
never
know.
do. I never do. It's part of my Canadian charm. Anyway, Rod, thanks for having me on, buddy.
That and maple
Todd,
syrup.
Shannon, good to see you. Paul, yeah, fuck whatever, Paul. Yeah. I'm gonna go have some maple syrup before bed. Have a good night, guys.
All right, Shane. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Aw.
Don't worry, I'll still
Stout.
do an amazing narration on his colonoscopy. I'll still do a great job.
Speaking
God,
of
what was-
stouts,
Oh no,
barrel
no.
aged beer FOBAP taking place this weekend in Chicago. So hopefully, Big Daddy, you're in there on the chat. So I don't know if you're planning to go or not, but that's like a great time to go to
Dang.
Chicago for that.
Sounds like we should have been.
Okay, one really quick question. So I feel like with my new, like I have a lot of negative Nellies I work with, and I'm just like,
Negative Nellies. I like that.
yeah, negative Nellies.
I
and it's just
work
like,
with
so-
only negative Nellies.
and they were just like asking everybody about them that in the medical field, and so they were kind of like forming their opinion off of what everybody else said. And I'm like, no, like I don't want to know what everybody else thinks about them. I want to form my own opinion.
Good
You know,
job.
I don't want somebody else to tell me who they are, and then I go in with that prejudice.
Pre-notion.
against them.
Yeah, pre-notion.
Good job.
And
Excellent.
but I'm also kind of like, give them a chance. Like, you don't know. And I'm always like looking on the bright sides of things. And a lot of people are like, you know. So I'm like, am I getting on their nerves by like trying to flip it to like the positive? Like,
Yes, you will. You will do that.
I mean, you're one of those optimistic people that try to flip it over sometimes, and it's kind of like,
yeah, because some
Yeah,
people
not-
don't want to be miserable, and I shouldn't. try to
especially
make
if it's something in the
them
morning before I have my coffee and someone tries to be too optimistic. It's like, yeah,
I mean,
you need
I
to
will
get
tell
away
you.
from
I
me
mean,
right
I went
now.
from. I actually went. I can say this now because I just left Kellogg's. This is a
Yeah.
place where people got paid way too much money to do their job, and they're way underqualified for it. But they were the most angry, miserable, entitled, worthless pieces of shit I've ever met in my life. And I wanted to stomp mud holes in everyone, like a stone cold fucking stomp hole in every
So you
motherfucker I
let them
saw.
make you angry, though.
That
It did
great
make me
YouTube
angry.
video.
It did
Paul's
make me
walking through giving
angry
people
internally, but
stoners.
I, as a supervisor, I couldn't show that, so I had to be happy and bubbly. You know what I mean? Like I had to ignore the douchebagisms
As
that
the
they were
song
doing.
says, put on a happy face.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
What you are doing right now is you're using the other people in your office who are all salary people or hourly people that are miserable. They're miserable for some fucking reason. You don't know why yet. You have to, one, ignore that, and then two,
Oh, I
breach through that and talk to other people without them chaining you. But also at the same time, understand why they're miserable.
and I appreciate a lot of things about those people that are always looking on. Like, I see the good in everybody. I'm just like, you know, I'm like, I see value in each one of them. I just wish that they would look on the bright side of things instead of the
You
not
can't
bright
force
side.
that.
Yeah.
To Elizabeth's point, that's funny because I used to hate teams, but now I actually enjoy teams. because I can get other shit done while people are just talking, and I don't gotta really pay as
There
much
you go.
attention
Yeah.
to it.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Although we have some meetings that are like they want people to cut their cameras on. It's like, really? Like, why? Like, I know what all you
I'll
do.
tell you
Like,
what.
why
I'll
don't
tell
you
you
need to
what.
be
The
on
best
camera?
thing about being a maintenance supervisor is you're the fucking maintenance supervisor, and you can get up there and tell fucking other people to go fuck themselves and this and the whole deal. Like, oh, do you run this place? No, I fucking do. So shut the fuck up. And you can just fucking destroy them. It's amazing. And then you walk
Listen.
away in a fucking bonfire going, boys, let's get this shit done. Woo! You know, be like, and then everything gets fixed. And then you look like a goddamn champion because they pissed everybody off.
And
You
you
walk
beat 'em
in there
down
and
to
fucking
make
set
it
everybody straight, and then you fucking fix everything. I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Way too
I am
many.
so
Right?
goddamn good at my job. Like, it's like, damn. Like, I was born to be a maintenance supervisor. Like, this is fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
there's those moments, like, it's just so goddamn good. But at the same time, that you have the whole plant to yourself. Like, every stress point is on you. Every production part is on you. Like, the weight is so huge because they care about their line. That's cool. But every other line is down too. It is like,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm a maintenance guy again, and I don't know if I ever want to become a maintenance supervisor again because the stress is so big. Now I only have to worry about
Yeah.
myself. That's pretty cool. Like,
Right.
I just have to worry about me. That's it.
Right, yeah.
I don't know about that, Big Daddy, but I'm gonna take your word for it. So.
But see, since I've taken this role, I mean, and I've been with all these people, I'm just like, thank you so much. Thank you. You're making my job so much easier. And
Yeah.
I give them like good feedback. But like, I want a boss that is like respectful of me, but will also tell me, like, this, you didn't do this correct. Like, you could do this better, or so I can improve.
As a boss, I'll tell you this. I want a boss, and I've done this because that's what I want. I am this person. I want a boss who puts more stake in me than they even do themselves. They care about me
because that's a leader.
even more than they care about themselves. Like,
Yes.
my boys are my people. If they fail, I fail. And that's how I always did it.
Yes. And that's what a leader, because I don't feel like I don't want the title, or I'm like, we're all here for the same reason. And I'm in healthcare, so it's a little different. But I'm like, we all are here. And if somebody's not there to take care of the residents or the patients, I will be cutthroat.
Yeah.
I'll be like, like, you're not here, like, you're not a bad person. This just might not be the field for you, and you should look elsewhere.
Right.
Exactly. Because I'm
looking
out. I mean, I want them to be happy too, but mine is for my residents, and I am a very, very nice person. I feel like I'm a very nice person, but I also feel like that gives me an edge when I'm like, when I tell somebody like this isn't okay, then they listen to me because they're like, oh shit, Shannon's pissed. She never gets pissed.
The biggest thing is to be consistent across the board. Never be consistent, because I respect that, and that's why I'm consistent. Everything I respect. I can't be a hard ass and loose and then hard ass and loose. No, I'm consistent. Like, look, I don't give a fuck what you do, but this needs done. After that, I don't care.
Right. Yes. We're all different, but there's a job to be done, and we need to get that done.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Blake, you are not too late. In fact, here you go.
You didn't know?
Wow.
Oh, geez.
That's the wrong one. Here you go,
His
Blake.
name is John C. In the WWE Super
The song we're gonna get.
So that is for you, my friend. But Shannon, you can't leave yet because I did have I did have a beer news topic to get your feedback on, since you were the only woman on the panel here. We got other women in the comments, Liz is in the comments stuff too. But
I'm a woman on the channel.
this is a piece that I shared on a Twitter, or X now, Twitter, Facebook, all kind of stuff.
Repost.
Polish beer company is brewing Yanni beer made with the vaginal bacterial of goddess. So they're using the vaginal bacteria.
Did we have this conversation like 2 years ago?
A few years ago, but now one of the Twitch streamers they asked to use her vaginal bacteria to brew a beer from.
I will eat it anyway, directly from the source.
Of course you would, Paul.
Okay, here's my dilemma.
Anyway to Sunday for Paul. It's like, yes, please.
Here's my dilemma with that. Like, if they say the source, like you have to list your ingredients on something, FDA and all that stuff. Like,
FDA on beer doesn't list everything now.
Well,
they could say natural flavors, Todd. Natural flavors.
Yeah, you can say
natural flavors for sure. Like, what does that mean? Okay, natural flavors.
Like,
did they describe the goddess?
Wants to give her vaginal secretions, then I'm good with that.
There you go.
As long as sneaky guy's not coming in and stealing her vaginal secretions.
Did they describe the goddess?
Yeah.
It's like one of the Twitch streamers that they're doing it with. So
yeah, I mean, as long as the woman gave him permission to do it.
Bro, a long time ago.
Vaginal secretions.
Rod, are you recording this? I quoted the idea of ragtime red ale a long time ago. So if this gets out, I'm fucking copyrighted.
Well, they've done a brewery before doing it overseas, but this one's doing another one now, and they asked this Twitch streamer to provide it, and she's like all for it and stuff. So I was gonna have a separate video talking about more detail on it, but just the initial thoughts. I mean,
so are they using
it's kind of like
yeast strain? Is that what they're doing?
Say that again.
Is that part of the yeast strain?
Part of the yeast strain, right? Yeah.
I have a question for the panel. I have a panel question. Would you rather sample a yeast strain vaginal beer, or would you rather sample a yeast strain 15-year-100 dead beard strain?
Oh, from the old recipe when they found that yeast or the yeast.
Yeah, they made a beard yeast strain as well from dead popes. So would you rather sample 15-year-old dead touchy popes or a yeast strain? Yeah, there you go.
But people are still sampling both nowadays. So I mean,
yep, exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy about either one of them, but if I had to pick it, I would pick the vaginal.
I mean, I sample vaginal about at least 3 or 4 times a month, so it's fucking.
Because I feel like women wash their vaginal area more than men get in there.
I refuse. I know I refuse that.
You would hope.
I hope not.
Don't ruin it for Paul.
Okay, there you go. I like that squash yeast.
No, but this is how I feel about
Paul is like Parliament. We want the funk. What? Go ahead.
We really want the funk. Gotta have that funk. Oh.
This is how I feel about my definition of a feminist.
Jim.
It's like a lot of feminists are like, oh, you shouldn't use your body to do blah, blah, blah.
That's people that don't make money off sexism, by the way.
Well, right. But I'm like, no, I feel like the definition of a feminist is you, as long as you're doing it for yourself,
right?
And I'm like,
you're empowering you, right?
That would be so your definition of a feminist is also the definition of a prostitute. Congratulations.
Well, if the prostitute,
because you're doing yourself to make money. I need to leave. This is getting bad. I'm just saying.
I need to go to bed too.
The colonoscopy. The talking from the butthole. No.
I'm totally into that, by the way. I can set up a PayPal. I can set up a GoFundMe.
But I'm so thankful that I was here tonight. I think you guys are amazing, and thank you for.
You're amazing, Shannon.
Thank you for giving me this. I really enjoyed this, and thank you.
We'll always enjoy you. We always enjoy having you here. So,
All right.
yeah, I figured to ask you about that question before you took off.
Well,
Yeah,
Glad you did, Rod. Glad
About
you
the
did.
yeast.
Yes.
yeah, about the yeast.
Everybody's got yeast.
I was trying to think of the name, but I didn't think of it quick
Even
enough. It was
100-year-old that
I was gonna say like the Ben Snyder special or whatever.
Ben Snyder.
Ben Snyder,
says.
yes.
That's how she grew up learning what that was back in the
Ben
day.
Snyder and Tallywhacker.
Ben
You always
Snyder's
mention the
special.
Ben Snyder, but you
The-
never
the-
mention the
Can
The
never go
Tallywhacker,
wrong
the
with the Ben
Tallywhacker
Snyder.
goes into the Ben Snyder.
Can never go wrong.
Gwyneth Paltrow brand. Would that be a bad brand if it was Gwyneth Paltrow? I mean, I liked her in Iron Man. Thought she was cute.
I mean, I eat most of it. I don't give a fuck. I always say this: saying no means you
My
don't
boy
get laid.
Blake, by the way, he's getting swole. He's putting these pictures up. He's been working out like a beast.
I know, no
I
kidding.
may hire Blake as a bodyguard.
No doubt.
Yeah, sounds like you've been hanging out with a lot of sweaty guys. I think you need to fix your life.
What do you got to say, Paul?
I just say saying no doesn't get you laid. So say yes.
Just say yes.
Just say yes.
Just saying no doesn't keep you off the drugs either, apparently.
Exactly. Just say yes.
Do you guys remember that? Were you guys around? You guys are too young for that, probably like the 87, the 88.
No,
the
just
Dare.
say no.
The Dare. It was like, I remember them bringing that to our gym class. We were like just laughing, like that ain't going
Remember the guy that was turning into a snake when he walked? He turned into a snake. Remember that video where he slowly turned into a snake?
I do
That was
remember
good.
That was big when I was a kid. Like, just say no. That was
We
like
had
this
just say
whole-
no. Then we had Fred McGriff, the crime dog or whatever,
Yes.
and it was like this is your brain on drugs,
No.
you know. Like
His name
I
was
my brain scrambled. Maybe not over easy.
Crimson McGruff.
Yeah, Crips. Yeah. And they do the egg in the frying pan video.
And then Johnny Depp used to do the egg in the frying pan.
Yeah.
This is your
it's like,
brain.
yeah.
This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah. Looks like an egg in a frying pan to me.
Like-
He did that in the Friday the 13th.
I was like,
It's like
where's
you-
the
it's
bacon?
like-
Where's the bacon at? You gotta have bacon with eggs.
You gonna flip that egg or what? Yeah. Jeez.
And most of the people that did those ads ended up being huge drug addicts, which is funny.
Right?
Dare was such a racket. It really was. I learned it from you, Dad. Where'd you learn this?
You, Dad? Oh my God!
Yeah. 'Cause guess what? If you were dad in the 80s, even a mom in it, like you see, it was like back then. It was like cocaine and last decade.
No,
really
like if they did that now, they'd be like, "I learned it from you, Mom," and the mom would be like, "Bitch, you have no idea."
Yeah. And I'm not going to jail for your ass.
Yeah. The 80s were definitely a decade of excess, and people were out there having their time and having a good time, having their time. So, I mean, as kids, we sit around watching Faces of Death and laugh, right? Like, oh, it's funny. Oh, he's landing in the alligator pit. Oh, this happened. Like, they're eating the monkey brain, right? Like,
Look what they
yeah,
done
we
to him.
yeah, we might have not been the stable generation at that time that we're watching those things. And not only one, we had 3 versions of Faces of Death. So we had sequels. That was before someone said, this is probably a bad idea.
My mom ran them all for me, so we got all
And
the
they went
bad.
into the 90s, and it was that. We went from Faces of Death in the 80s to 90s, girls going wild.
Also, in the 90s, they had Traces of Death. Traces of Death was like real murders, but set to death metal music. So it's like, this is fucking amazing.
We also had backyard wrestling in the 90s. Just people jumping off the roofs and stuff. Yeah.
We had each of us had our own barbed wire wrapped chairs. I still have the scars.
Yeah.
I came off a roof through a table. It was amazing. I loved it. My name was Necrosis. Forever you will rock.
Yeah. That was the lifestyle of a Gen Xer back then.
Hey, I'm
That's funny.
still alive.
I saw a thing in a park nowadays. It was on some video. Like they have the little merry-go-round, and it's like all set up like on grass or astroturf like that and everything. And you get little seats you sit in. It's like no, back in the day we just had the bars. and it was on cement.
whip,
And you had to
whip,
hold
whip.
on, and you get whipped around by somebody that would send it like the enormous speed, and you tried to hold on, otherwise you went flying off somewhere. Yeah.
Yep. Right into a pole. Bang.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Or like the metal slides that like burnt every bit of your skin off
Oh
as
my
you went
god!
down.
In the summer,
Yeah.
summer, it was like, oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, they make them out of plastic now, pussies.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When I got concussed when I was like 6, falling off the monkey bars because our playgrounds were over cement. We didn't have them in grass back then. Fell off, hit my head, and I had to go to the hospital for like 5 days for.
You had concrete like a real man.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You know,
We didn't fall in
Real-
some tufted gravel stuff. No, we hit some men.
it's like helmet for a bike. Get that out of here. You know.
Yeah, no, I never wore one either. Yeah.
And we used to make ramp jumps back then, and we flip over bikes and stuff too. Never had a helmet in sight. Skateboarding, right down the steps of the library, no helmet. Just take the bumps. Like
Honestly, if we were even close to Tony Hawk, we would have beat the shit out of him. And he would have never been famous because he would have had 2 broken legs. I just jumped this ramp. How cool am I? Fuck you, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a different time for sure.
It was, yeah. Tony Hawk, this extreme skateboarder, jumping these things. Oh, you broke both your legs and he ended up drowning in the river. I don't know how it happened. Whatever.
Don't walk on railroad tracks. Watch me.
Yeah. Be nice to your little sister. Oh, yeah, don't drive on railroad
Oh,
tracks.
you're muted, Todd. You muted yourself.
The railroad tracks like, you want to bet? Watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Yeah. Too early for flapjacks?
Learn how to drive. I bet you can't drive this fast. Watch me.
Watch me.
You want to
Yeah.
bet?
We had a couple of my friends where the driveways to their house in a bad rain would turn to creeks. We're like, you can't get through that. Like, watch this, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I'll tell you what, Toyota Camrys can take a whooping,
Yeah.
an absolute whooping. At least the 80 ones. The 80s Toyota Camrys, I beat the fuck out of those things. Like, and they never broke.
Yeah, he could run him all over the place.
It's a Japanese.
What was it? I always think when you say about railroad track, I always think about Groundhog Day. Be nice to your little sister. Never mix beer and wine ever. Oh yeah, my favorite. Never drive on the railroad tracks. Phil, I happen to agree with that one.
Well,
And then they crash afterwards. I had like a large McMuffin, cheese, fries. Is it too early for flapjacks?
Well, I can remember as a kid, we used to have a game that we would play in the neighborhood. I think it was called Hot Peas and Butter or whatever. So we were a generation like Hot Peas and Butter or something. But we were a generation where parents were still allowed to whip your ass without the cops being called on them, right? So, so the game was like you would hide the belt. And whoever found the belt could actually hit the other kid, whip the other kid's asses before they got back to base.
Oh, damn, I've never played that before.
So we used to play that, and it's like, yeah, that was a different time back then because back then ass whippings were common. So it was a fun game for you to get other kids and stuff. If you played them, you got that belt, you got to whoop some ass because you were getting your ass whooped by your parents.
Get to whoop some ass.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nowadays, you don't have that because I'm going to call. Was it?
Yeah,
CPS?
No. We got to play. Pick the switch. Which switch will beat the fuck out of you? Okay, I get to pick it. That's makes it more fun.
It is, yeah. In the 70s and 80s, you just said that to a parent, they would have dialed the phone for you. Yeah.
Yep.
You couldn't threaten
Oh,
them.
don't worry. I'll
All
dial if I bash your fucking head against the kitchen towel. Doing, 1. Doing, 7. Doing, 552.
Cheers, Liz. Have a great night, my friend. Great to have you and JT on. And cheers, Trez. Sorry, no worries, my friend. No, you're in there working and everything like that. My favorite face of death scene, quote, it's imperative that the head explode. Me and my friends will say that randomly in conversation, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. So it was a different time. It was a different time.
It was a different time.
We used to watch Scarface on VHS back then. That was like a big thing. I'm like, this Scarface, this Tony Montana, he's going places. That's who I want to be like.
Who's the boss? All the way up to the main boss.
Yeah.
The boss hog.
Yeah.
Scarface is
My
like
later,
brother's-
my dad, he got fucking super huge into fucking what's it called, the Craft or something like that, with the three witches
With
and
the
shit.
witches,
Like,
yeah, the craft.
yeah,
Yeah.
he watched this. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, Dad, come on now. It's Alyssa Milano. He was in that he was into the one that I was into, that Tabba the Sorority or something like that, whatever her name is, like that other witch, the older witch.
I'm trying to
my
think,
God.
was Winona Ryder in that one too? Or
No, she
wasn't
no,
in
no,
that
no,
one.
wasn't there, but it was
Who was it?
something
Rose
sorority.
McGowan? No.
Rose McGowan. It was Rose McGowan, Alyssa Milano, and then something like Tabba the Sorority or something like that. And then that was the older one that she's like, yeah, she's hot. Yeah, I think she's hot too. It's okay. Like, oh, no, it's okay. We're good. We're in the we're one now. Like,
the Craft series, yeah. Belt and wooden spoon. Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it a few episodes. I don't know. Maybe we
my
did.
mom
Did we
had
talk
a
about
metal
that, like
ladle.
last week about the wooden spoon.
we did. We totally
It's
did.
why did so many parents have wooden spoons back in the 80s and they were used for
My mom had a
like,
metal ladle, and she would bend that motherfucker like a goddamn zero. She would just beat the fuck, and then you have to bend it back, and then beat us again, and bend it back. And I'm like, and the funny thing is, because it took so much shock, my sister and I were like laughing half the time. Like, we don't even feel this. This is stupid.
I feel like there was some store back in the 80s that had a special deal on wooden spoons, and all the parents just like bought them out. Like, we got to get one of those.
No,
like,
yeah, well, my mom had them, but you feel like, oh, this metal thing, this is really gonna hurt. I'm like, it didn't.
Yeah. I think the worst thing I've ever heard, I never had it happen to me, but I have friends happen, which is maybe why they stopped making them, but the Hot Wheels tracks.
Just getting that against your ass? Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
That may have been child abuse.
That
may have been child abuse.
That might be the worst one of all, for sure.
That's like, that sounds even worse than Legos on the stairs. That sounds bad.
I mean, because the Hot Wheels, and they would show like the mark. They'd have marks from the Hot Wheel tracks too. It was just like, oh man.
Look, you'll be quick today. Why, Dad? Now roll on out, asshole.
She'd be like, Shane used to say, she's like, her mom would like pick the switch and hold her hand, and they go around in circles because she'd run around from them, so she couldn't hit you. So her mom couldn't hit her with whatever the belt or whatever it was. Like,
oh yeah, she's just
like
looking when you see the Hot Wheels tracks. See, Hot Wheels tracks terrorized him in the 70s, right? Because that was, you thought it was your toy. It's not your toy.
It was the easiest thing to grab.
Yeah, whatever they could grab.
Well, if you would have put it away, it wouldn't be so easy to grab.
It was until it wasn't.
Yeah. That flexibility you had, they like that whip one, I guess, on some some of the parents would get a hold of them. So yeah. Yes, I had the Lidl train set, so you couldn't do that with the train tracks. But
you could. No. Remember the Hot Wheels though that it went down and it looped and it went through like a snake's head and the tongue came out. Yeah. I had that one.
Yeah, and I had the Tyco racetracks is what I had, so you couldn't do anything there. Tyco racetracks were pretty cool back in the day, though. Mainly Auntie Laney when she had a few glasses of red wine. Oh, Auntie Laney be a little juiced up, huh?
Yeah, that sounds she like need a little ass to mouth. She would have been fine.
Oh my god. Yeah. Hot Wheels tracks. Well, I'm just funny that other people can have realized that too from back then. But what didn't kill us made us stronger. So that was just
exactly
growing up.
It's 11 o'clock. I would like to say thank you for letting me join. It's always been appreciated and a very lovely time when I see you guys. Yeah, you're great people. And
I'm glad to hear the jobs. I hear people. I'm glad to hear the job's going well too. By the way,
My job's doing good. I'm a day shifter now, and of course, all the commenters, all the people that joined is amazing. So, thank you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to PA Brew News. Just hit me up. I'm almost near 1,000. It's one of those kind of milestones I like to hit. Also, check out PA Outdoors Couple if you haven't. If you like to learn more about Pennsylvania and some more of the adventures we have. We're going to be camping in the snow for sure. We were camping in 32-degree weather last time, so we're definitely going to be in cold weather next time. So anyway, again,
there you go.
I just subscribed that one, so.
No, thank you
There
very,
you go.
very much, sir. And again, Rod, thank you for letting me join you again. I know I detract from your very professional stuff. So,
Very professional.
That ain't more than this one does.
but I
happy
enjoy,
hour.
I enjoy doing it. I really appreciate it every time you let me join. So thank you very much.
There's no rules for the happy hours. The happy hour is always good. But yeah, we're going to get ready to sign off as well. But to the poll, 26% of you don't drink stouts all year round. I don't know why.
No,
But
because you're a fucking retard. Because you're a White Claw sniffer.
That was not going to be my reasoning, but
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's mine. I'm leaving anyway, so it's okay.
I've been releasing little releasing little clips from my interview with
Well,
Gary.
maybe they
Brewery.
don't like
I'll
stouts.
release one tomorrow about why you should be drinking stouts as well. Because
Absolutely, I agree with you.
There you go.
Maybe it's because they don't like stouts.
I think the reality is too big parts of the year.
If you think a regular stout is too big, get in my bed. Get in this there. Because I will show you a little making a lot if you think a stout is too fucking big. I'll tell you what. There you go. A 4% stout, get in my bed right now. I will hove in the massive boat of tiny
you
little
look down the road and you're like, I did not see that turn.
Here it comes, baby, right in your butthole. So, anyway, love you guys. Again, thank you for joining. And guys, it's okay if you don't drink stouts all year round because you suck. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, Paul, how we going, brother? So that was Paul. PA Breweries.
Lord.
There you go. Jesus.
I'll take that ball around for sure.
Nothing like a happy hour that we have here because you never know what you're going to get. We've had so many different topics tonight, just like all over the board and different things, but that's the whole fun of it. So
I mean, like, you never know. You get Shannon, the female version, you get Paul, the male version. It's like best of both worlds.
Yeah. You get them together, it's like George Costanza, the worlds colliding, you know. It's just like,
right.
Hang on, we don't know where it's going to go. It might explode, it might implode. We don't know what's going to happen here. So
put your helmet on, seatbelt on, whatever safety gadgets you got, just throw them on because you never know.
But we'll get ready to wrap up here. Let's see a few more items here on the beer news. What did I see? Oh, Tria. If you're in New York, Saratoga Springs, I wonder how far that is from Joe. Treehouse is adding their 6th location. It'll be their first outside New England. So Saratoga Springs, you'll be getting a Treehouse coming your way, which would be pretty cool.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see where that's located at. Saratoga Springs. So I saw it, and I was wondering the same thing. I was like, Let's see.
Yeah, I was wondering how far it might be. I think it is upstate, I believe. So it should be somewhere close to the border. Welcome back, Vanessa.
I don't feel like. Let's see. Maybe not. I don't know.
Did you Google it?
I did.
Yes, a little bit.
Map of that. Let me do like the maps, the Google Maps.
Saratoga. Let me take a look here.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that's more down than I thought it was going to be. It's east. It's right outside Albany. It looks like north of
Yes,
Albany.
yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like middle of the state-ish, sort of south, maybe southern part of the state.
Yeah. So Joe is Buffalo. So it's going to be east of him. I'm just trying to see where Buffalo was on here.
So that'd be a lot.
Yeah, Buffalo's right on the border. So yeah, it's a lot east. So he
Yeah,
would basically,
southeast.
yeah, it's
of
way
him
over.
here.
Yeah.
The first thing I put up is like, okay, it showed it, and I was like, oh, that's not a very good picture, but
Yeah.
so I put it
Well,
up,
I knew
like,
it'd probably be close to the border, which it kind of is where it's located at. So they didn't go too
so it's
far
like
over
they're
the
not
state
really
line.
branching out too far, but in a different state, I guess.
But it could be a nice little road trip there.
Well, for sure, yeah.
Georgia craft brewers are demanding change in the state law. They're trying to sell their own beer and avoid having to go through the distributor route. So that would be interesting to see because right now they need to go through distribution and brewers want to sell direct and cut out the middleman. We know that we have the tier systems in beer, so that's kind of coming into play. So we'll see what happens there. But they're saying that would actually be too costly for them. Hall of Famer Sammy Hagar launched Red Rocker Brewing out of Detroit. So for those of you up in that area.
I feel like backing up on Georgia things, like have some breweries that's worth a damn before you worry about balls. You know what I mean? Like there's a couple maybe, but it's like, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, you don't hear a lot about the. I mean, probably Sweetwater's probably the one I hear the most about.
Well,
stuff. I don't hear a lot of the other ones, but you know.
And I'm sure there's probably a lot, but you don't hear a lot of hubbub about,
But it might be because they're having issues like this, or maybe because they can't get the stuff out there, unless you're there on the scene.
That could be.
Yeah, that would be good to get. Maybe try to get Blue Ice and Brian on because they're both in Georgia to see what they're seeing down there.
Or even was John? Is John in Georgia now?
Yeah, John Pierre's now. He's in Georgia now too. So to kind of see what they're seeing. Yeah,
because it was in Alabama, which is also not very good for craft beers either. I don't think. But...
Right. Yeah, they got some breweries out there, but they don't have really the big distribution taking place.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask Rod if he had any readers.
Shannon's still around.
Treaters.
She what?
Shannon wanted to know if you had any trick or treaters last night.
Oh no, we're locked. Our building, we're in the high rise, so nobody comes to us anymore.
Well, kids live in the high rise. I just wondered what kids do in the high rises.
No, because our floor, you have to have a badge to get to each floor, so you can't come up the elevator.
Oh, so one to the other, you have to have a badge to get.
Like I can only go to my floor. I can't go to the other floors. I can only go down to the main floor.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
so it's pretty secure. Yeah.
That's good. No, that's good.
Yeah.
I was kind of
I
was wondering the same thing last night. I was like, I wonder what Rod does for.
And being in the city, like there was no kids you saw walking out in the city either, because we're like all businesses and stuff in the main part downtown.
Yeah.
Like down by the ballpark and all that. So.
Oh, right. That's
yeah.
True.
Non-alcoholic beers. I can't even say non-alcoholic. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't roll off the tongue. Non-alcoholic beers.
Just can't do it.
Study is now saying that they're becoming a breeding ground for E. coli and Salmonella. So this is kind of going into the fermenting and things that are taking place, and possibly, I don't know. It's one survey that came out, but again, you're making non-alcoholic beer, which makes it seem like, okay, that's not something you shouldn't be doing. I'm just saying. It just seems like that's not natural.
It's like why?
That's the reason why. It's like, that's a sign. Don't do it because it can give you disease. So, yeah. Cincinnati, pretty cool idea. Todd, you know this brewery, Moorline Lager House. They are brewing to help veterans. So the beer is only available, unfortunately, on tap. So for people in the Cincinnati area. But $2 from each purchase would go to nonprofit disabled American veterans, which I think is a great idea. It would be kind of cool if more breweries did that across the country as we head into Veteran Day after the weekend after this weekend. It'd be a great little thing to give a boost there to help out the veterans. So shout out to them for doing that. Philly Brewery, Evil Genius. Like we had Josh on here from Last Beer earlier. They're actually holding a beer naming contest for next brew. So if you're a fan of Evil Genius, you can check that out on the website and maybe suggest a name for next brew. Maybe your name will get picked and you'll get the recognition for it. The one thing that's happening right now that nobody asked for Blue Moon wants to make Thanksgiving taste like beer with the new seasoning. So they have 2 new products that taste like well-known beer. They're inspired by the Blue Moon Belgian White. They're seasonings. One you can use for your pie. One you can use for your turkey. I don't think anybody ever asked about, what would make this turkey taste good? Some Blue Moon. You know what would make this pie taste good? Some Blue Moon. So it's out there. It's interesting. We'll see how it actually works out. But I saw that story this week, and I'm like, that's kind of something different for sure. So if you are a Blue Moon fan, check out their website and see about their seasoning that's now available and spice up your Thanksgiving meal. I think there's probably other spices you can do that be a little bit better, but it's all your call. It's your Thanksgiving. You make it happen. Yeah, north of Albany near Vermont. I never got to bring up beer based on herpes. What? No.
Beer-based
Emerson would
Beer-based
Emerson
on
would take
Emerson is
us
beer-based
there.
herpes?
herpes is in that.
Just say NA beers. Yeah, not beers.
Yeah,
2
say
hour
herpes.
pictures or vets. That would be a good idea. Yeah. NA beer or near beer. Yeah. So kind of interesting thing there. So I actually had a company reach out to me on non-alcoholic beer, so I may bring them on and talk about the beers they're actually putting out at some point. There's a market for it. People are enjoying them. They have their spots or moments. I'm not going to do a ton of them, and the cost you pay for non-alcoholic beer, I'm like, I might as well get the regular beer, right? So, it's funny. I looked at Athletic.
I mean, I guess
and it's like
yeah,
I mean, Athletic here like $10.99 a 6-pack. I'm like, I must just get regular beer.
right.
They're taking
But I
advantage
guess-
of the sober people.
No, but I guess if it's like, okay, I like drink beer, but I'm a DA for the night, like, okay, I'll drink that, but I don't know,
I mean, like I said, it has its spots, it has its moments, but
No, you're right, and it shouldn't cost so much. It should be like a bottle of water. I mean, it's
They're
basically
doing
what
it for sober people.
it's basically what you
But
get.
they are firm. They are still fermenting stuff, and they're still running it through how they're making them. So I can see why it would be
but it's still way
a
over
cost involved. Yeah. I'm like, I'll grab a Joe's New York soda and call it a night. So that's a
Just
crafted
taking
beer,
advantage.
crafted soda. So
Yeah, taking advantage of people at that point. I
Yeah.
think.
I don't know. It's kind of like if you go to a restaurant, they have the virgin cocktails, so to speak. So you can get like a fake Bloody Mary or a fake pina colada or whatever like that and everything. And you might enjoy that. And the price of that will be like $7, the same as if it was almost a $7 daiquiri or something. So maybe it's a mindset type thing because people will order those.
True.
Yeah, I don't, but I know other people do.
Me either. Me either.
Yeah, I don't, but to each their own. And again, if maybe you're in that position where you can't have alcohol because it does stuff to your system, but
I mean, that's true. Like, I mean, there's a market, I guess, for everybody, but
yeah,
I feel like most people buying beer, they're buying beer for the effect of whatever, but like the NA should be like at least half the price. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I think that's where people kind of struggle with it too. Like, if I'm going to do this, because I see that in a lot of comments, why not just get the regular alcoholic beer? So I
'Cause
think
I feel
cost
like-
does play into it.
because I feel like if you don't want to get the buzz and a hangover, whatever, like drink a beer, drink an NA or two, and then drink a beer, drink an NA or two, or whatever, like in between. You probably
Yeah.
never probably never know the difference, but it's not. Is it really worth paying the same amount as a regular beer? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I tend to agree with that for sure.
especially like at a bar or something. Like, you should be promoting like not drinking and driving. You should give not give away like the nice stuff, but like make it cheaper for the person that's driving or whatever. Like, okay, and make
Well,
them
it's
feel
like-
like part of the party or whatever. Part of the drinking whatever, but not paying the
Yeah,
price.
I mean, it's kind of like if you go to a beer fest, there's a designated driver price you could pay, which will be cheaper than actual people in the beer fest. So if bars have something like that and everything where you're not drinking to get, alcohol, maybe be a cheaper type option.
Even if that's like I'm paying NA price, so I'm going in and paying $15. What do I get out of that? You know, as a designated driver, like what am I getting?
Yeah.
Get free Cokes all day long or a meal or something? Like, no, they're not giving you nothing. They're just giving you a discount to get in for the event to drive the drunk asses around, basically. You know what I mean? Like,
pretty much, yeah.
That's kind of wrong. Like, I feel like all the DDs should get in free. If you really want to make it, you know what I mean? Like, if you really make a difference, like, let them in free. They ain't paying them for nothing anyway, so what difference does it make?
You make a good point there. Yeah. I mean, they're going to drink water or soda or something like that and everything, but you're already making up money from the people drinking the actual alcohol as well. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you really care about the well-being of other people, of what they're doing when they leave there, then why are you charging for the drivers to get in? You know what I mean?
And actually, the people that are the DDs are going to probably they'll still pay the up price for the foods and stuff like that and everything too.
Exactly. So, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, all right, paying $15. What's another $40? I just pay the full price, and if I want a drink or two, then I will have one. But you know, like, that never made any sense. Like, why a DD should pay for anything at all?
So Big Daddy, he actually sent me a picture. He had the Fat Bear earlier because it's International Stout Day.
He sent me one too.
Yeah, he said it was delicious. I know. You sent it to us. I've had it. It was good. It's a good one.
It was good.
Now you ticked it off for enjoying the holiday of International
you know
Stout
what?
Day.
Saying that, we went to Hot Butcher, and I told Shannon JT, JT, I think also had it. I told Shannon, like, have the fat beer. It's so good. Like, it's so good. And she got it, and JT got it, and they were both kind of like, yeah, it's okay. And I'm not even sure that Shannon even finished hers. Like, really?
Like, yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, I thought it was solid. Like I said, I thought it was a delicious.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Well, you're right, JT. So then the whole thing with the whole thing with women to get women in the bar and stuff on ladies' night, yeah, give it away. So why not do it for designated drivers now? Makes sense. It'd be a nice, that could be a good campaign. You see, like, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, MAD teaming up with breweries and different bars to do stuff like that. They should have something where they partner up to have a designated driver. If you're a designated driver, you get your non-alcoholic drinks for free, for being a designated driver type thing. I think it'd be a great idea.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Because, being a designated driver for taking people out drinking, if you got like 4 or 5 people doing that, whew, that cannot be as fun as being a designated driver. Anybody that's ever had to chauffeur around the other people drinking and you weren't drinking, you're like the odd person out. Like
one of our friends, when she was pregnant a couple years ago, she was our DD, and she's like, driving drunk people around is the worst. She likes to drink beer too. She's like, this is terrible. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, okay. So nobody wants an NA beer unless you're, on the other end of it. Like, of course, he won that, but
yeah, of course, if you get an Uber or a Lyft, hopefully you get a good driver like we did that time in Cincinnati. Our driver was great for 2 shots that she picked us up. She was awesome. She was fun. So
she's driving around. She's like, I thought that was you guys. So I took it. It's like, yes, all right. It's like, I was hoping it was you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I pace myself. Todd Shane didn't complain about my driving ever, though I had my share of beer, right? You pace yourself. You know your tolerance.
JT,
not getting ahead.
Yes, for sure. He was great. He's great.
Yeah.
And it depends on the person for sure. Like, 2 beers for one person might be over the edge, but 2 beers for another person would be like, it's only 2 beers,
Yeah.
Big deal. No big deal.
Yeah. Well, it's like funny talking to some of the guys and stuff who do the videos, and for some people, they're like, oh, once I hit 19%, after that, I can't go anything higher or whatever like that. And I'm like, I can drink like a 14 or whatever, and then I'll start to bring it down. But I can do a 14 or a 10 or an 11 and still be fine, to do
Right.
stuff. So it depends on your tolerance, but it's good to know what your levels and stuff are as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then you have the space in between. And of course, if you're drinking beers, to hydrate, drink water in between, all that kind of stuff too. So just different things you learn over time.
JT was great at that when we were going, is like, had a beer and then kind of, one other one is like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Still drank the beer, whatever. And then, it was good. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
He still had a great time out of this. I think he did anyway. So
he's had 2 beers over 2 or 3 hours during because you're there experiencing it. You're having a good conversation. It's not like when we were in college where you're trying to get one down after another and try to get lit, right? So it's kind of like when you're having a good craft beer, you want to sit there. You kind of enjoy it, just like somebody that might enjoy wine or might enjoy a whiskey or something like that. Everything, you're not trying to drink it all at one point. You want to savor it over a period, right? So there's a difference in how you actually drink, especially as you get older and looking to enjoy different things about it. So
that's what I tell her. That's what I tell Shannon and her brother all the time. I'm like, drink it for the taste, not so much for just to get shit faced or whatever. And you're like, then why are you drinking it for? I'm like, for the
just sit there and enjoy it. Yeah.
Like, I can sit here for 10 hours and drink 4 beers and be fine. I have to drink 4 beers in an hour and enjoy myself. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not what it's
about. Like these,
like
the stouts I had tonight. If I'd have been like on a deck somewhere with a cigar, I'd easily been taking a cigar, drinking them even slower than when I actually drank them tonight because I was just relaxing. Yeah.
And when I had the 2 I had tonight, is like I'm still drinking. I still got like a half a glass of the second one, so I'm like, 11.5 and 14%. I'm like, okay, so kind of just drink for what it is. Like it was like 7 beers,
Yeah, just relax, experience, live in the moment, have a good time. So
I've been out with her brother at times, and he drinks 13-14%. Like it's water. I'm like, dude, slow down. What are you?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do here?
Nah, I may have done that at Beer Fest.
No. I mean, but that's
but they give you a little cup. They give you a little cup most of the time. Yeah.
I mean, that's easy to. But he drinks like a 12 or 16 ouncer, like it is a 4 ounce pour.
I could, but I would. That's something I would do at home. Like I wouldn't want to be out like pounding stuff like that. Like if I'm doing something like even then, it's kind of like if I got a 4-pack of one of these Dragon's Milks, I'm not probably doing all 4 that night. I'm just kind of having 1 or 2, enjoying, relaxing, kicking back. Maybe break it up and have like some type of lager or something at some point as well. So
maybe mix in like a small ABV or something, and then go back to that if you want to or whatever. Like you're just enjoying the night or whatever. It's not about drink as fast as you can and get as screwed up as you can as quick as you can. You know what I mean?
It's all about having a nice experience. In my book, that's what it's about. Yeah,
that's what I was telling her all the time. Like she's like, sometimes you drink some. So I'm like, it's not about drinking them fast. I just want to. I'm having a good time just hanging out. Drinking's part of like hanging out. Like I don't care if I have a beer or 14 beers. Like I just want to hang out and enjoy the conversation, the scenery, whatever. Like just looking and.
Well, that's the difference too with craft beer versus if you were trying to drink a macro. Because with craft beer, as we know, depending on what you're drinking, as it warms, it's going to get a better flavor profile. So the profile switching up and you're enjoying that experience going through. Now, if it's something like a Coors Light or a Bud Light or something like that, everything, you're probably going to drink it a lot faster because you don't want that to warm up.
Well, sure,
So, yeah. So it's all about the experience there too.
But then again, it's only like what 4.2 to maybe a 6, 7, 8% or whatever. So
yeah,
you can drink it a little bit faster. But
it's like my phobia. I just wanted to provide as many as possible not to get drunk, but at least 25 samples an hour. I was Pluto, Which if you're going this weekend, Big Daddy, I think Mal might be. I don't know if she's going to make it there or not. I know Dave from Beer in Front is going to be there. I think Mal said she had to work, so unless anything changes, but Dave from Beer in Front will actually be there as well. I don't know if JT and Liz will be going to that, but that's one thing I want to get off my list to go to. I know Afro Beer Chick, she'll be there for Fobab. I'm trying to think of anybody else I can think of in Chicago, but that's like the event to go to where it's the festival of barrel aged beers for those of you watching, and just some great stuff taking place there between the beers they're bringing in.
I have to remember that next time. Be like, all right, let's go. Let's go for the weekend.
Yeah, that will be something I definitely want to go. We say can't judge them at minimum 0%. Oh, that's non-alcoholic? So I'll never go again, or just something where you couldn't judge them at the thing. Why did you say at minimum 0% though? Because they're not 0%. Unless I'm missing something. 9%. Okay. At minimum 9%. Gotcha. And then saying you got too wrecked, basically you couldn't judge them. Well, that's barrel-aged beers, right? They're supposed to be the higher ABV and stuff. So that's kind of like in Cincinnati each year. Before that Winter Beer Fest that we were talking about earlier, they usually have the Bach Fest that takes place as well. And that's actually higher ABV Bach beers that you usually have. And I think the 9%, 9.5%, you're kind of like your floor type thing. And people get hammered at that too. So that's something, if I would have been in Cincinnati, I wish I would have went to at some point, but I never made it over to it. Well, I think right now we're at 11:31. Going to wrap this baby up and get ready for work in the morning. But thanks for everybody that definitely tuned in. I don't think you get anything else, Todd.
No.
Do you? So we'll go ahead and get ready to shut it down. Not that you know of, but that's like kids. Not that I know of.
Right. It's all good.
Yeah. But thanks for everybody that tuned in. And then next week we'll be back and it'll be whatever, just happy hour. So we got the Imperial Stouts show out. We got the pumpkin beer show out. So now we're just back to hanging out,
next week,
having fun.
Just whatever.
Yeah. I'm not going to do Christmas beers. It's too soon for that. Although
sure. No,
Christmas beers are out.
Dropped it today. I was like, oh, good Lord. Come on. I know you all talking about last week. I was like, I've not seen them, but they just dropped today. I was like, I've
already seen the barrel aged Christmas ale from Great Lakes. Wicked Elf is already out. Well, I had Gary on from Left Hand. The Candy Cane Nitro just came out, which actually is a pretty decent beer. If you happen to see the Candy Cane Nitro from Left Hand,
well, that was
seriously, that was like peppermint patty dipped in some kind of candy cane type too. I mean, it's really a tasty beer. So if you happen to see that one, but yeah, they're all coming out with the Christmas. I think I don't know if Bell's had a Christmas one that was out. I don't think their winter one came out yet, but there's definitely some breweries that are dropping stuff out there. So. Plus, it'll be kind of interesting. I dropped a video that me and Gary talked about Anchor, kind of remembering their stuff, but it's the first Christmas without an Anchor Christmas beer out there. So a lot of people like that Anchor Christmas ale to go into the December season. Yeah. You hear horns? You hear horns blasting?
I did just hear that.
So
I thought it was outside my house.
So it's funny because it's like I'm across from the arena where a lot of performers come. So they had a show over there tonight. I don't know who was performing. But people get stuck in the parking lot because you can only go down one after another. You've been in the parking lot, get a ball game. If people start blowing their horns, it's like, seriously, where's everybody going to go? If you can't move, you can't move. But people will blow their horns at people still like, there's nowhere for me to go.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why are you blowing your horn? But that's Northeast living for you. That's how people are up here. So kind of crazy in that regard. Get the last comments here. You guys heard about non-ethanol, high ketone alcohol beverage that gets you drunk, no hangover, puts you into ketosis? Kind of no, I have not heard about anything along those lines. But keto's a hot thing for people, so kind of interesting. Cheers, Friday, indeed, Big Daddy. So ready for the weekend, my friend. You stay warm. I know. Up in Chicago, I think you guys are getting some of the cold weather coming through already. I think you're getting some cold weather there too, Todd, aren't you, where you're at?
In the morning, it's been like in the low, well, today was like 20-something, but then it got like the upper 50s, so kind of just changes. Now, this weekend is supposed to be like 68, 69, and like 70 Friday, or Monday and Tuesday, I think. It's like upper or low 70s.
Okay.
But in the morning,
it's kind of weird.
Like
how
cold. So Yeah.
It's still jumping around a little bit then.
Yeah.
JT, my nightcap is a cinnamon prost, a white stout by Irvin. See, JT's getting a stout in for a stout day. There you go.
Nice.
Have a great weekend, Trez, as well, my friend. Yes, see, Celebration Ale is another one that's already out too. So I've seen the stuff for them and the displays and the stands, and so another Christmas beer. And cheers to you, Emerson, as well. So that being said, we'll go ahead and jump out of here. Y'all have a great weekend. Good stuff coming to the channel here. I got a few more. If you guys didn't catch the live stream with Gary, make sure to check that out from Left Hand Brewing. But I got a couple more snippets of some key stuff that I'll be dropping off as kind of shorts here, which has been kind of fun. I think, Todd, you've seen some of them. Just different things where I've been dropping off little bits and pieces from the interview. So if you can't see the full hour and a half, you can run it just like a podcast played in the background. But I've got shorts from some of the more interesting stuff we talked about. So stay tuned for some of those. And then next week, we'll have the happy hour again. But then we'll be also working on some other stuff to bring to the channel. Some new videos coming out. The reviews. I've got more reviews that I'm putting together this weekend on some of the beers. But also, I've got some other more beer in general type stuff that I'm working on, some other things to share that might be pretty cool for people looking for more of the beer education type stuff. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that as well, guys. Now I want cinnamon pros. It's all over town, Big Daddy. There you go. Cheers, everyone, and we will look forward to catching up with you guys next week, if not before. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.